Hello out there. It's not Wednesday. It's Sunday. Welcome back to the Abomination Vaults.
Sunday.
Eyes of Empty Death. I am your GM, Steve, and I'm joined by Mike, Rick, Richard, and Nina. Together, we are Recall Knowledge, a group of 5e vets crit fumbling our way through learning Pathfinder. Say hello, everybody!
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
For those of you who are new to the show, welcome. And if you've been with us for a while, welcome back. It's good to have you with us as usual. And I'd like to wish everybody a Happy New Year. As we move
Happy
into
New
2022,
Happy
I'm
New Year.
excited.
This is 2020 part 2.
2020 part 2. Let's hope not. That was probably the
It's
worst
already starting
curse you
that
could have
way.
put on the entire world, Richard.
2020
Wow.
has never stopped. I don't know what you're talking about.
I know it didn't feel like
20.
it did.
2020.2, yeah. Well, as we move into 2022, not 2020 part 2, I hope, I'm excited for what's to come. In 2020, I mean, just gonna say, in 2021, I played more Pathfinder than I did Dungeons and Dragons for the first time ever since I've been playing like tabletop RPGs. And, you know, we have a lot more Pathfinder planned for 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I think at this point, we've definitely learned our fair share of the game. And we've come a long way, you guys, right? Like from a year ago when we like tried the beginner's box to now, you know, not perfect. We make rule mistakes every week, but we learn something new every week, which has been cool. But this tonight, I didn't announce the milestone last week, but tonight is our 41st episode of playing Pathfinder Second Edition,
Wow.
including all of our
41st.
beginner box episodes, all of the episodes for Abomination Vaults. And that's not including our like session 0 character creation either. That's just gameplay episodes. So
Damn.
41st. Not bad. I can't believe it. So big shout out to everyone out there that's been with us through all 40 plus episodes. Here's to 40 more coming in 2022. Hope you come with us for the ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tonight,
we know
I guess.
what we're doing now.
What's that?
Well,
We know
can-
what we're doing now.
we at
That's
least
true.
can fake that we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
I say some of you might know it.
As
It's
long
coming
as
more
it's
in the
on
focus.
Foundry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah, as long as it's on Foundry. And, you know, just if you haven't been with us and you missed, if you're new to the crew or whatever, just got to say, we're playing on Sunday. We normally play Wednesdays. Wednesday's our big night. Wednesday's the night where I, as the GM, roll amazing, and you, as the players, curse your luck. But whenever we play on, like, Sundays, the dice rolls
Sunday roll.
definitely go in your favor. So...
Oh, don't jinx.
I know,
it.
we'll see
Yeah.
tonight if the dice rolls go in your favor. Ooh, shout out to that guy in chat. That's 7 months
Hey, that
subscription. We see you. You're awesome. Thank you.
Who's that guy?
It's that guy.
It's just so we do have a lot to get through. So instead of doing our funny skits that we usually do on the top, we don't have time tonight. We're just gonna get into it as fast as possible. So let's jump into the announcements. First up, our sponsor for the night is none other than Molten Hosting.
Molten.
Get down with Molten Hosting.
Molten homies.
Molten Hosting continues their sponsorship of Recall Knowledge, our official hosting service for Foundry Virtual Tabletop. And while we do not, as Mike pointed out, have an update from the Molten Homies this week, you'll need to go back and watch last week's VOD for that. And I really think you should. You should still head over to moltenhosting.com and check out their service. You will be able to move your Foundry server from your personal computer up into the cloud, be up and running in just minutes, and never have to worry about port forwarding or losing your data again. And, as a bonus, if you use the code RECALLKNOWLEDGE at checkout, and that's one word, you can get your first month for free. So definitely go give them a try if you haven't. Thank you, Molten Hosting, for being our sponsor.
I
Thank
heard
you,
Molten
Molten.
Homies retired. You know, they wanted to go out on top, so
You sure? I thought they were having a Grammys appearance.
no.
Hmm.
Retired.
Super Bowl.
I'm
They're,
pretty sure like nasty Nina overdosed on some meth at some point.
Well, I have it on good authority they're coming back, so we'll see. We'll
Reading
see.
to him, maybe. If the money's worth it.
Well, that's a sign of a true artist. If the money's there, they'll be there. All right. Moving on, our second sponsor of the night is the Rollsmith.
Smooth.
Oh,
The Rollsmith is the maker of awesome virtual dice that you can use in your Foundry VTT games. You can use these dice as an extension on the free Dice So Nice module that you should be using anyways. And they really take your dice customization to the next level. We've been using the Holy Dice set for the holidays, but with those over, it's time to use some sweet dice to bring in the new year. I'm excited to see what dice you guys choose and decide to use tonight. Personally, I think I'm going to go with the Purple Heart wooden dice set, which is one of my favorites. One of the first sets I bought from them. I really like that dice. So I'm going to roll with those tonight. I don't know. Would you guys have a favorite dice set?
I've been really enjoying the Holy Dice.
You still enjoy the Holy Dice? Okay.
Mhm.
I do like the
Like the
I like the
Ruby.
dragon dice.
Dragon, do you have a favorite of the Dragon dice that you use?
Probably Drogon.
Drogon the Dragon dice. So all these dice and more are available for use. You just got to head over to therollsmith.com and check out all the sets, all those sets and more now. So thank you, Rollsmith, for sponsoring us tonight. If you're in chat, say hello to us. We're going to do like some giveaways. So if you want a cool set of Rollsmith dice, if you haven't checked them out yet, or if you want to add a new dice set to your collection, reach out in chat and we'll see if we can hook you up. So I think that does it for announcements. That's it.
Hey, that guy says it's going to be a TPK. Screw you, that guy.
Well, if you TPK in a shopping montage, that will be some skill. But anything's
Let's
possible.
get in a fight.
All right, that does it for announcements.
We'll
Players,
just start the bar fight.
are you guys ready to play some Pathfinder?
Let's go.
Let's go
Mhm,
shopping.
mhm, mhm. All right, viewers, go ahead, sit back and relax. But players, let's jump into tonight's episode of The Abomination Vaults, Eyes of Empty Death, episode 6. Woo! Beneath the quiet fishing town of Otari, something sinister has awoken. The sorceress Belcorra Haravex, destroyed nearly 500 years ago by the Rose Guard, has returned. Her spirit will not rest until it finishes what she started so long ago. The destruction of Absalom, and with it, Otari. A band of heroes have united to answer the call, delving beneath the mysterious lighthouse known as the Gauntlet. Together, they discovered a dungeon that Belcorra called the Abomination Vaults, originating from a site where their outer goddess Nhimbaloth once brushed against this world. During their adventures, the heroes have managed to dispatch cults dedicated to the Ghost Queen, the self-appointed guardian of the lighthouse named Volek, a flesh warper conducting strange experiments in his laboratory named Jafaki, and most recently, a contract devil named Urevian, general to Belcorra's armies, now sent back to the Nine Hells. With the pathway cleared, the heroes of Otari must take up their weapons one last time, descend down into the lowest levels of the Abomination Vaults, and face off against Belcorra once and for all, hoping to find a way to put an end to her vengeful quest. Will the heroes succeed in their task? Or will they, like so many before them, finally succumb to The Eyes of Empty Death. So, with the sun once again touching your skin, you almost forgot what warmth felt like. Spending multiple days deep underground, your eyes scream in protest as they adjust to the bright light. You have all returned to the town of Otari, which is busy at work in its midday routines. Trees are being sawed at the mills and floated down into the water, where crews gather and load the timber onto the waiting ships. And as you move down into town, you see signs posted all over reminding you the election is only 2 days away. It seemed like so long ago that the election was in full swing. And now, with only 2 days to go until the election is finalized, your mind flitters back to the past month and all the crazy times that have been had. And it all started with one woman, Rin Savinsky, and her pulling all of you together. And it's led to a wild story, full of adventure, that is shortly about to meet its climax. And if you want more information on that story, go watch the other 37 episodes we've done, because there's a whole lot of story there. Adventurers, the Heroes of Otari. This is presumably your last surface visit before your final showdown with Belcorra. Feel free to use this time to outfit yourselves properly, set your affairs in order, before we head down into what you know is referred to by Belcorra as the Gate of Nimboloth, and what secrets hide behind there. So players, the floor, the game, everything is yours. What would you like to do?
Clovis had stepped in and got the Staff of Greater Healing
From
the
store that's 4 days away or 2 days away.
Oh, we're not there
Well,
yet,
yeah.
sorry.
So we've done a little bit of prep work off-screen shopping to minimize the time we're going to spend here. But you guys had talked about going to Absalom, right? Absalom is this big city. It's 2 days away. It's kind of been Belcorra's focus, right? She was banished from there as a child, and in her rage, she has wanted nothing more than to raise and destroy this huge city. But most of you, I don't know if any of you have ever actually been there.
Clovis has.
And so, I know you guys had talked about, as players, about presumably wanting to go to Absalom.
Yep.
Maybe after the election.
All right, so we're still making our way there. Yep, gotcha.
Maybe
Vote for Hal.
Mukta would like to see what potions are available.
Okay. Aurelia, I'll activate this. Aurelia has, her shop, and she's been one of the main potion suppliers. The Dawnflower Library has healing potions and stuff, but Aurelia has really been your go-to contact for potions in general here in Otari, right? Now, of course, in Absalom, everything that you could possibly want is available. So we never really cover this that much. In Pathfinder, settlements and towns have levels, just like players and NPCs do. And those levels dictate what kind of items you can find, right? So Otari is like a level 4 or 5 settlement, which means you can pretty much find items up to level 4 or 5. Beyond that, it's a little harder. It does have a special caveat, which is to say, because it caters to adventurers, Otari carries consumable items all the way up to level 10. But you guys, being level 10 now, have kind of grown out of the sort of goods and services that Otari can provide you. And so that's why you have to go to other places to sort of find things like Absalom, which, being 2 days away and being a level 20 settlement, has access to, no joke, everything in the game. And if you guys have looked at the thousands of items that are available, there's a lot of items in Pathfinder.
Would Atari have any dark vision potions?
You guys had mentioned that last time to Aurelia, and Aurelia has been hard at work making some. So yes, Aurelia's shop, which is inside the Rowdy Rockfish, does contain dark vision potions.
Yeah, I'm going to buy some potions off of her.
So, I mean, it sounded like you guys had talked about the election, right? This election has been a kind of a focus on you guys since you first learned about it. Mukta has been sort of positioning Hal to become the new mayor over time, going up against the current leader, the current mayor, Osef Menhems. And you guys had this plan, right? If you guys could save the town before the election, then presumably it would help kind of give you guys the boost you need to push Hal over the top. Seems like, given the timetables and the breaks and stuff and the amount of time it's taking you guys to do stuff, maybe you haven't completely defeated Belcorra yet. But that doesn't mean the town doesn't love you, right? There's whispers on the road that like Hal has been, up and coming. People actually, without him actively getting up on stage and campaigning much, if at all, people tend to have this sort of writing campaign going in his favor. And oddly, as you guys get back to town and kind of feel around, it sounds like over the last 4 days or so, Osef has like not been campaigning. Like Osef kind of spends his whole life campaigning. He hasn't been campaigning very much.
As we like get out of the gauntlet, before heading into town, I'm gonna ask the group, how to you especially. I know that we're all bloody and grimy and dirty, but I was wondering if maybe just today we could skip the bath and then, I don't know, walk through the market. Walk through the market with all these battle remnants on our skin, so that they know.
How about I take the bath? You guys walk around all dirty and smelly, and I can say I was the leader, and you guys followed my orders, and I was kept, safe at a distance, and I conducted the battle so well, you guys came back alive. But that blood and stuff is off of like our enemies.
Which is definitely true. I mean, without you, like, a lot of us wouldn't have any healing. But, I mean, while we're walking around, I was thinking maybe you could point out that, like, the gunk on Mukta... No, not Mukta. On Clovis's clothes, or maybe from the dragon, or this string that's hanging from my armor at the moment could also be from the armor. I think that'd be cool.
And maybe, Nulara, you carry the bundle of dragon scales, or, like...
Yeah.
shoulder.
Right. Should we pick a time? Because I'm not sure what time it is at the moment as we walk out of the gauntlet. But should we wait
Let me look
until...
up to the sky and ask, where do we see the sun?
It's solid midday. Probably pushing
perfect.
like a few hours before sunset, maybe like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on the market, on Main Street right now. We could definitely do that. Maybe to, compensate for the absence that you've had in your campaign.
So wait, only Hal can take a bath? Is that right?
I don't know. I feel comfortable right now walking around with all these dragon gunk on me.
But if we have the scales, I mean, it's not like we purchased the scales here, right?
I don't know. I mean, it could be the music that's playing in my head. But I feel surprisingly like heroic and confident as well. I feel that it would be a little, as the young ones would say, badass to walk around with all these going on.
She's hearing music. Clovis, I thought you said you healed her.
Thought I did. But she does have the book of Nhimbaloth.
Don't you feel it? It's so inspiring. The horns. It's just so...
Did you touch the book?
What? No.
You sure?
Did you eat any of Clovis's mushrooms?
I didn't even know there were mushrooms.
Oh yeah, they're good. They were good.
No,
They
actually,
grow
it's-
on Mushi.
there's actually growing mushrooms
Yeah.
off of Clovis.
And
Right.
Mushi.
No, I didn't pick anything from his body.
I thought that was Mushi's surname, formal name, given name, Mushroom, and you just call him Mushi for short.
Oh.
No?
Yeah, I think so.
It's canon now.
Obviously, he's been eating his own supply, so he's a bit confused.
That could
Ah.
probably explain, like,
I mean, we're going to have to walk into town to the baths. Maybe we just take a little bit longer route.
yeah, onto the market, right? Where most of the people would be. Or I could be the mascot. I don't care. I just want them to know, since we haven't really defeated Belcorra yet, that we're at least doing something.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm taking Zabas because I can't even tell that I smell so bad. And you look the same, Mukta, but Nulara, that's you look pretty bad. And if I'm even half as
Yeah.
bad as you, then that's pretty terrible.
I was pretty far from the dragon most of the time. I have this bit of mud on me still from, but you guys got pretty close to that dragon.
I feel amazing.
Yeah, so like as you sort of take this victory lap, like you guys haven't made a name for yourselves here in recent days. Everywhere you guys kind of come in, people point, whisper, looking. You guys look battle scarred. Most of you look fairly battle scarred. You're carrying openly, right? You said you're carrying openly the dragon scales.
Yeah, it's on my shoulder.
And all it does is sort of build up that like mystery and allure that you guys have been going to for so far. I think actually even one sort of like teenage kid is brave enough to step out and say, excuse me, is that a dragon? Did you fight a dragon?
Yes, I did. And these guys helped me. Well, actually, I directed them. That's why they look so battle-worn and hardy after the fight. But
Fear not,
works.
young one. Our illustrious leader, Hal, has led us in victory over the hidden danger that was sleeping right under your feet. The black dragon, Ravenex, who was preparing to ravage all of Otari. But Hal has kept you safe, and I'll toss him a gold coin.
you tell all your friends
And
who are of
And-
voting age.
Menhems is the one that hired you to do this, right?
No,
It's a good thing
No.
Menhems is here.
Didn't you hear? Somebody else is telling Menhims what to do, and he's just somebody's puppet that is walking around doing these things, but it's actually somebody else. Wink.
So while we're going around, I'm
Uh-huh.
also going to attempt to sow a rumor.
Okay, let's do it. I think this is a good chance to sow the rumor.
Oh, yeah.
Does Hal have that feat as well?
I did it last time we were in town.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right, you did.
nice. All right, let's sow some rumors right now.
Come on.
So one thing I'm going to attempt to kind of get out there is that Benhems was actually secretly goading Rajani for years, and then set us both against each other to try to have us both eliminated, so that there would be no competition for his tyranny.
Wow, going all out, going for the throat, man. All right. Let's see.
And if the roll is low, I'm using my hero point.
Well,
Mhm.
that would be a Mukta thing to do. So let me just look up because it's been a
You
while.
make a secret deception check for me.
So it's a secret deception check.
Yes. I guess I gotta roll it.
Yeah, you can roll it secret. That's fine. You guys are all level 10 now. How implausible is this rumor? It's not entirely unfounded.
I mean, the town knows of the animosity between Rajani and
Yeah.
Menhems.
Okay, I'm gonna set the DC for this rumor to really like set at 28.
Alright.
I don't even know what Mukta's deception is. Wait, deception's not a thing, right?
It is.
Is it? Oh, it
Yep.
is. It is. It
It's
is.
a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a Pathfinder thing.
All right.
Then is that DC correct? Then I feel like I set the DC way too high. Then I'm looking at the DC by level, right? DC by level is 27. No, I guess it's reasonable. Okay. So, are you gonna roll a
Alright.
secret check for Mukta? It's hard too. Like,
What's your plus on that?
16. Do I need
So-
to use a hero point?
I would say that based on your dice roll, which you have not seen the results for, and we get into the situation again where you have a hero point to spend on a secret roll that you don't know the results for, I'm going to say yes, you probably want to use a hero point.
All right. Should I change my dice as
Man,
well?
Sunday already.
No, I'm not going to change the dice
Sunday's
yet.
not starting.
All right, reroll, but not changing the dice.
Wow.
You didn't re-roll it as a secret,
No, I forgot.
but
Uh,
you didn't get that much worse than your original roll, which was a 4 on the dice for 20, and you got a 2 on the dice for
Jeez.
18.
mhm,
So
amazing.
Need another
So
hero point.
18 is actually based on the DC. I set a
Critical
critical failure,
Mhm.
which means you're unable to spread the rumor, and you take a minus for a circumstance penalty to sowing the rumors for 1 week, which is going to lead up to the election. And so, essentially, at this point, despite the fact that there's being a lot of truth in what you're saying, to an extent, sort of, people just don't buy it from you, Mukta, and now they're kind of like not trusting anything. It actually gives a little bit of a boost to Menhem's image and kind of makes you guys look bad. I guess it doesn't. They don't know it's coming from you, but
Yeah.
they think there's just a hit job out there on their illustrious Menhems.
Cool. Glad I took that feat.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just messed up my critical success.
Yeah, that's why a hero point should just be an automatic success.
I mean, yeah,
Well, it's a
I see what
hero
you're saying,
point.
because there was that alternate
A
roll where
hero.
it adds plus 10 to your roll, but I guess that would have been enough to push
Still.
you over the top.
hmm
The plan here is to spend the next few days leading up into the election and staying here through the election, and then figuring out what to do next. So you have essentially 2 days of downtime to help your chances, right? The rumor's not taking off. That doesn't mean you guys don't have any more chances to help. What do you guys think you would like to do? I don't want to spend it's gonna be kind of like a montage fast forward thing, but what else would you guys like to do during these few days?
So Hal's going to get some flowers and take them to Doriana and hand them to her and say, I'm not sure if you heard, but some people are writing me in for the mayor's job. I'm not sure how you feel about that, but if they write me in, I'm gonna come to you and ask for advice on how to run things. Is that okay?
So when you go see Doriana for the first time in a while, right, and you bring her flowers and stuff, you can tell that she's like a lot paler than you remember her before. And when you go to kind of hand her the flowers and she reaches out for it, you can see her hand sort of comes out from under her, she kind of was keeping it tucked away in her robe, and as she reaches for it, you can see her hand looks black and shriveled and sort of decaying. And she goes to reach, and then she catches herself, she tucks it back away, and she kind of goes to take it with her other hand, which looks fine. And she's just sort of we've been very busy dealing with things.
What kind of things? What's wrong with your arm?
Don't know if you would believe me even if I told you, but I think if there's anyone that would
I
believe
got
it,
Joe
it'd be-
ghosts chasing me around in the middle of the night and big old creepy critters. They bite you and I'm pretty sure it won't throw me for a loop.
I was having dreams about going off and being an adventurer and doing these wonderful things that you guys get to do. And there was this man that would visit me in my dreams every night and build me up and get me to trust him. I thought it was just a dream, but I guess in my dreams, he took my hand and it had shriveled down to like black withered nothingness. And about 3 days ago, the dream stopped. And my hand's been healing ever since. I feel good. I feel better, but
It was worse than this?
she kind of shows it to you, and yeah, it was a lot worse. The doctors didn't think they were going to be able to save it. I don't know what happened or what changed, 3 days ago or so, but I'm grateful. And I haven't had the dreams ever since.
I wonder if Dr. Clovis, maybe he can come and take a look at it, because he's really good with that stuff. He knows about the nature, so... Anyways.
Yeah, to answer your question about my father, ever since this happened to me, it sort of put things in perspective for him. And while he certainly loves being mayor, he realizes that maybe it's time to focus on his family and pass the crown to another.
He can just run a windmill. That's what his claim to fame anyways. This person who is running around pulling his strings, he doesn't have to worry about that person no more once they're not the mayor.
So, if you're the one that takes the title, I'd be happy to serve under you and help the transition in any way I can.
Okay, got to go. I'll send Clovis up this way and have him take a look.
She waves and then sees the withered hands and tucks it back in her
The other hand.
robe. And as you turn, you see her smelling the flowers, and she smiles a lot.
All right. Goodbye. Hey, Clovis. I'll find Clovis walking around.
Mm-hmm.
I just went to visit the mayor. His daughter Doriana said he's probably not feeling about doing the mayor because she had dreams, and some man came in her dreams and grabbed her hand, and it made it all wilted, and it was gonna fall off. And she said he might not want to continue to run when what most important is his family. So I said maybe Clovis can go take a look and see what it might have been. Maybe you read about it in your book or something.
Can do that.
Okay, I'm gonna take another bass.
There's a man in her dreams? What kind of man would do that? That has power in the dream?
Clearly it was not me, doing that to her in her dreams. I can't admit that I was not in her dreams, but...
How long was that going on?
She said that happened for a little while, and then it stopped about 3 days ago. Do we remember what we did 3 days ago?
I look up at the sky. What happened 3 days ago?
3 days ago...
Recall knowledge.
It's about the time that you guys defeated Eurevian. So, roughly 3 days ago, you guys sent Eurevian back to the Nine Hells. And all the devils and all of that was gone.
But I said you might be able to go up there and help her out. Maybe she's pretty connected.
I'll go talk to her.
And if you help her out, maybe you can help me out.
Gotcha. Okay.
For the campaign, not the other stuff.
Why don't you go ahead and give me a medicine check for Clovis? We'll see what you come up with.
Medicine or nature?
This would be medicine unless you have some feat that allows you to use nature for medicine checks.
Gonna take that, but
okay.
I didn't.
Then medicine. 34. That's a pretty
34.
solid roll. So, I think this is good enough to get a sense of maybe some of the occult stuff you've read about in Nhimbaloth lore and the Whispering Reeds and your nature and your medicine all tied together. There's a strong connection between the mind and the body, and occasionally there are certain types of creatures that do appear in people's dreams and kind of try to corrupt them or sort of even use them, right? Kind of come into their dreams, and usually this doesn't happen with the average person, but when you have somebody who is psychic or has emerging psychic abilities and maybe potentially is just developing it for the first time, it almost sends out like a strong beacon or pulse as the power awakens within them. And sometimes these creatures will sort of latch onto that. And these people are most vulnerable around like mid-teens to like turning 18. And given Doriana's age and given what you're seeing, probably what happened in this case is that she is more than likely on the verge of developing her own psychic powers.
But I wouldn't know who came to see her.
But you wouldn't know who came to see her from the medicine check. You would know that, but you don't have no idea who it was or where they came from or anything like that.
All right. Fair enough. I'll explain that to her, and then obviously Clovis would go and tell Alarmity what I found out. Alarmity looks like she's going to have psychic powers, and she's coming into her own, and that's why she's able to see and talk to people in their dreams.
Oh, that's pretty good. Especially if I use her as my main campaign person, she could like get in people's minds and say, "Vote Ral."
Yeah, she can get all the dead people to come.
Is that what psychic means?
No, she can get in anybody's mind.
Scared me.
But I mean, they come in our dreams, right? But
so I think this might segue decent into our. I mean, we've been building towards this moment for a while, right? Since you guys first heard about an election and you guys decided to say, "Hey, we're gonna win this election through our craftiness."
Vote for Hillary.
Right?
That's funny.
So, I think unless there's any last minute stuff you guys want to do, we can get to the actual roll off and see who wins the election.
If I give something that like I could do to assist, would that help in the role?
I think an assist in this case would be kind of like what Mukta's been doing over the course of the campaign and sowing rumors and doing things like that. If you can come up with a good way in the moment that you could assist Hal on the roll, I'm all ears to see what you have in mind.
Okay, so for like on the days leading up to the election, I'll be just going around town asking people if they needed help with any chores, especially if it required like some strength. And then, before that though, like I'll introduce myself as Nulara. I work for Hal. We just recently killed a dragon, and he was leading us during this adventure.
Okay.
We're also trying to, I'll be doing my best to like help Hal by campaigning, but I'm kind of shit at it, so it'll be more on my actions.
Yeah, I think
like, oh, you need hunting. Yeah, I could kill that bull for you.
Right. I think even given all of that, I think in order to help in the way that you're mentioning, it's still going to come down to like a diplomacy check for make an impression.
Okay.
So let's just say if this is like a standard aid roll, right? The DC is 20.
Okay.
I don't know what your diplomacy is.
The +1.
Okay, so it's possible. Let's see.
Not below a 10. I'm gonna hero point that.
Okay, you're gonna hero point it. Okay.
I'm gonna use a hero point for that 13 that I rolled.
Yeah, that was
that would be a 15.
15. So it doesn't move the needle much in the grand scheme of things, but you don't completely like hurt his chances by like dragging his name through the mud. Like associating Hal with the creepy dead lady that keeps showing up and knocking on our door and asking if we need any work done, right? Like,
I have grown some confidence.
Yes, and a 15 is very good. It's just not enough to help on the aid level.
The creepy dead lady, so true.
Mukta's gonna go to Mera and see if there's any jobs that he can help with. Or, just for, not for any coin, but for more favor for me and my friends.
Okay. I'm sure there's always work to be done. Let's say, I had this idea rolling around in my head. let's say that yes, there is a job. There's some outside bigwigs in town that are here for like a meeting, right, with Yin. What she needs you to do is, while she's distracting them, she needs you to break into their room and just see what other correspondence they have, who else they've been talking to, any kind of information you can gather for her about what this family is, what other irons they got in the fire. She'd be grateful.
Mhm. Yeah, I will definitely do that, and I have an invisibility potion as well to aid me with that.
Okay. You also got your Elven Cloak, right? Does that work?
Yes, to give me a +1. So yep.
And it makes you just go invisible in general, right?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought it did. Okay.
That's another game. I think.
Maybe I'm thinking of something completely different.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna burn the invisibility.
You can go invisible
potion.
with the cloak twice a day
Can I?
with the boots and the cloak. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Once per day. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So
Twice per day with the boots. Yep.
let's make this a thievery roll. And
Alright.
you can use the bonus from being invisible, and I think the invisibility is gonna make it pretty clutch. But let's see what you get on your.
What is the
thievery.
bonus for invisibility?
In this case, I would give you probably the max you can really get would be like a +2 circumstance bonus or a +2 item bonus. Either.
Okay.
I'd make it a circumstance bonus because it's the invisibility that's giving you the bonus. That's fine.
+2. All right. 27.
Not the best of the
Nope.
the efforts. So wow, you've rolled 2
Man, our
2s and a
Sunday
4
rolls
tonight.
have not started. I hope we're saving
Yeah.
it for fighting.
Sunday
Man.
rolls.
I think Wednesday is rolled to Sunday.
I'm going to change my dice.
Yes, finally. Time to do it.
Yeah, I think in this case, 27 is gonna come up short as to what you were. You don't get caught. It's not low enough that like your mission fails. You don't get caught by the people rummaging through their stuff.
I just don't
But
find anything.
It's a close call, and then at the last minute, you're like invisible in a corner as they come in, and you got to slip out as they're closing the door and stuff. Right? You don't actually catch. You don't get any information that helps you in any way. Sorry, the dice are not in your favor tonight.
Mm-hmm.
How about Clovis? When I was talking to the mayor's daughter, how about Clovis talking to her about getting her dad not to run for mayor?
Oh, so you want to convince her to convince her dad to go and like actually renounce running?
Yes. Yep. As I was helping her with her whole dreams and stuff.
Okay, so there is an ability here that we can use. This would be called, make a request or request something from someone, which is a diplomacy based ability. Convincing her to try to convince her dad to give up the campaign completely is going to be a fairly tough sell. Not impossible, because they already are kind of teetering on that idea anyways. But for this, I think I'm going to set the DC at 30.
Okay.
So you're going to make a diplomacy check to make a request, because they're friendly enough with you. You're on friendly terms, so you are able to make a request from somebody that you're friendly with. DC 30 diplomacy check to make a request. Let's see how it goes.
Right. Can I get myself guidance?
Can you give yourself guidance? I guess you could, yeah.
All right. So it's one of my cantrips. So what does guidance give me?
It's a
it
+1.
Yep, +1. Okay.
I have no idea what your diplomacy check bonus is, so this will be interesting.
Okay, here we go. Come on. Roll a crit. Clovis.
Got this.
So
So I'm going to hero
that was
point it.
a 9 on the dice for a total of 22.
I'm going to hero
Okay,
point it one more time.
let's hero
Come
point
on.
it.
Come on. Second dice is a crit.
Burning all.
Holy shit, are you serious?
Well, that's a
I
natural
don't think Sunday
one.
is. I don't think Sunday's going.
It's a natural 1 for a total of 14, which is a critical fail on its own, let alone a natural 1 takes it the worst as possible. So what happens at this point, Clovis, is you get slapped across the face with a black withered healing hand that like smacks you, and she tells you to get the hell out of our house and don't come back. And you have
Well, I deserve that.
really like you thought you were being very coy with how you're doing it, but you were like openly manipulating her in a way that she saw it coming, and she is not happy with you.
God.
And in fact, it redoubles her effort. It redoubles her effort, and that last day, it pushes her dad to get back on the campaign trail and really try to win. Okay, so after all your help that your friends have tried to provide you, Hal, and you know what? It failed in the last minute, but you guys have the only reason this has even come to fruition is because of the work that you guys have, the foundation you guys have been building over a month. So it's not like this one thing is gonna like sink the whole boat, but you didn't get any last minute help. So overall, you've been great, right? So Hal,
sorry, it's all on you. Let's see if you get better Sunday rolls.
I'm going to simplify all of this down as a
one
roll off. Yeah, to one roll.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a hard roll, but not impossible. Normal. So right at level 10, a normal roll is DC 27. I think you're still like an underdog. I'm going to set the DC for this like make an impression diplomacy roll, and if you have, I know you have things that let you use other skills to roll that make an impression or stuff or diplomacy, but I'm going to set the DC same as Clovis said. I'm going to set the DC at 30.
Okay, so I do have that. I have group impression. I have and I'm a master, so I can do a lot more people. Impressive performance lets me use performance instead of diplomacy.
Perfect. I will totally let you use
here
that.
We go.
Come on, Halarmony. You can do it.
We haven't been dealing with people.
You can feel the weight of this roll though, because
Halarmony is great with people. Come on.
Oh baby!
Oh yes! Mayor! The mayor! The mayor's in the house.
That's 24.
That's a
Damn,
crit.
That's a DC for 30. That's ridiculous. Okay, so for those of you who don't see it, that's a 16 on the dice for a total of 40. Which, since I set the DC at 30, is a critical success. So you know what? You're a bard. This is what bards do, right? Like, you want something and you make it happen. So, election day comes around. Most people have dismissed Hal as like a serious candidate, but everyone's kind of like hearing your stories, feeling it. They go to that election booth, and they're like, I feel like Hal's the kind of guy I'd really want to have a beer with. And they start like punching Hal vote, right? So when they count all the votes and it comes in a landslide victory, the new mayor of Otari is none other than Halarmony Higgins.
We actually did it.
You guys got all the votes from the people in town, the guilds, the workers, the real working class people. You didn't really get like most of the vote with the sort of like rich established families that are in the lumber trade that are very tightly connected with Menhems. They didn't budge. So you have a little bit of work to do with sort of that community and all the people from the outside farms, because they bring in votes from the surrounding farmlands. And they just like kind of go to the local outposts and mail their votes in, and they get brought in. None of that, right? None of the stuff you guys have been doing really touched that community. But within the core people that you see day to day, you guys are far and away their favorite choice. And there's a huge sort of celebration for you, Hal, the mayor of Otari. So, woo! Let's see.
Yep.
Hal, speech. Right? Request for a speech. I was trying to find the correct. I don't have a good like ambiance for like political speech giving, right?
Are you getting ready for that? So Clovis puts his arm around Halarmony and kind of whispers in his ear. Caroline's father will now have to respect you. Proud of you, man.
You're still whispering too low. You
Can't
Oh,
they
sorry.
can't hear you. Only I can hear you.
It was the sounds of this music was pretty epic. Time to,
So Hal, what do you would say to your newfound constituents?
So Hal is going to get on the stage and he's going to start playing a little tune to talk about how he's one of the working people of the small city. You will still the mayor Minhems, former mayor Minhems will still continue to work and operate at the lumberyard. So the commerce of the city is not going to go away. But what is going to go away is this dark shadow that has been cast across Belcorra. And should we not return and fail to do what we're supposed to do, Doriana here knows everything about running this place because she's practically been running it in Minhem's stead while he has been working at the lumberyard, and she will continue doing so. But fear not, we have everything we need to defeat Belcorra, and we will be heading down there in just a few days' time. Fear not. The Heroes of Otari will set your town free.
So you're
Amen.
saying this, right? And you're getting up and you're giving the speech to the loud crowd of people. Your eyes kind of glaze over the crowd and you catch a pair of, like, it's kind of hard. The cloak is up, but you catch a pair of the most striking green eyes that makes your heart flutter for just a moment. And as you like kind of look back across the crowd, you see a familiar face in the crowd, Hal. This is none other than your Caroline.
Caroline, you're mighty fine.
She's in the audience listening to your speech and realizes that you've like won, right? And you see her. There's a whole crowd, everyone around her is cheering, but you're focused on her, and she just smiles and gives you like a little wave from the crowd.
I'll say thank you and weave my way carefully through the crowd and come upon Caroline and say, bum, bum, bum. So how long have you been in town? Why didn't you come say hello? Or you got, I was around all these people. You know how I like crowds.
Always drown them on the streets. I had no idea you were here.
Your dad said, go make something of myself, and you know how he's pretty heavy taskmaster.
Yeah, I mean,
So
we've
here I
only
am.
been in town. We just stopped over. My father has business here, and I'm just kind of tagging along and learning.
The captain is here. Oh, well, maybe we can have a conversation. Or dinner,
well,
the three of us.
Considering you're mayor now, I imagine that would be beneficial both socially and politically.
Anyways, I got to go shake a lot of hands and meet a lot of people and kiss a lot of the babies is beforehand, right?
You can do it all the time.
Wow. I'm speechless.
No, you're not. You knew this was going to happen. You can't count me out. Even if your father says get out, you can't count me out.
I had always hoped, but never expected to find you here in this backwoods place. Well, it's a start.
There is always opportunity. So I'm an opportunist. And let's have some dinner.
Are you free Thursday?
Tonight? Oh, Thursday?
Tonight? Well, tonight's probably
We might
better.
have other meetings.
No,
He
tonight.
probably has
Tonight.
meetings
We should
set
do
up.
it tonight. I'll
Okay.
slip away from father.
Well, we should all three of us have dinner.
Okay.
You want to go on a date with my dad?
Right? You can see that she's a little conflicted about this, you keep pulling her father into it, but she understands and she's all for it.
All right. See you later.
Yep.
And I bow and give her a little hand to kiss and
Mhm.
go on my way. And
Yep. Mukta, you're watching this unfold, and as you're doing this, you actually realize in this moment that like she was one of the people that came back to the room that you were like spying on. Yeah. In that moment, you put those pieces together. All right, congratulations, Hal. 20 episodes later, you became mayor in the end. It all came down to one
Hal,
roll.
you won.
But your silver tongue has
You can
done
finally
it.
go back to Absalom and tell Carolyn's dad.
We don't have to wait that long. We're going to have dinner tonight. You guys should come.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Caroline is here?
Yeah. Caroline, didn't you see her? She's got the beautiful green eyes. She wears the cloak, and she sometimes pulls it up. And her dad's kind of a big guy, portly, like longer hair, wears the tricorn.
Well, you were shaking hands with a lot of people. We wouldn't know. Why weren't we introduced as well?
Oh, I
It's
didn't
all
see
right.
you between all of these people. Sorry.
That's fair. No. We would have loved to meet her, though.
Yeah. Get to meet him tonight.
Maybe, the Rowdy Rockfish, yes? I think that's a better, quieter spot, maybe.
Oh, yes. I mean, you have history with that. I mean, the very first time we were here, the song that you sang was about her.
Yes, that's true. I think that's probably good. You don't want to go to Crook's Nook? Her dad might be more comfortable there.
I think maybe for this first dinner we have it, you know, a little more private.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to dinner. I'm not inviting myself. I'm saying that you should have a dinner somewhere with less prying eyes.
Oh, you're going to be there too. I already told them you were coming.
Of course I'll be there to support you.
You're my advisor. Of course you're going to be there.
So, fast forward to like this sort of like awkward, but overall nice dinner that happens at the Rowdy Rockfish away, like with like, you know, you guys are like inside laughing, talking. Basically, like, you know, they have aspirations in Diabel. They are currently working out sort of they let you in on like a little secret how, which is basically they're trying to form a sort of coalition of cities like in the area that are going to like stand against Absalom and stand against the sort of unfair oppression that the big guy is putting on all these little towns. And actually what he tells you is that in Absalom, the current leader is gone missing and they have yet to fill the post. So they are trying to put pressure to make Caroline's father the man that is going to take the spot in Absalom, and he wants support of the local towns in his bid to do such a thing. And he thinks it would be in your interest to back him.
And the tables turn.
I'm sorry. I'm a little nervous, Captain. You must understand. Perhaps we can come to some kind of agreement. I mean, you know, we've got a lot of ships that ship a lot of lumber out of here to different places. I know you're pretty up on your shipwrights in Diabel, Captain. So we can agree that we will back for the coalition. You use our lumber, you use our ships, and you let me court your daughter, since I'm a man of station.
Seems all agreeable. And like what he kind of offers is that they have this sort of consortium where they already control like the majority of the lumber trade in the Kortos Isle. So Otari has always been sort of a holdout, and Otari has always kind of stood on their own and not wanted to be in part of this kind of union or this consortium. But he says, you know, if you're willing to bring Otari into the fold, then, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. You're now part of a bigger network and you have more resources at your disposal and more people watching your back.
Of course, you can talk to the person in charge of the mill right there. This is my friend Clovis. Clovis, come say hello.
Isn't Menhem still in charge of the mill?
Well, Menhem's owns the mill. Yeah, Menhem's family owns the mill, and then him and then all the other families sort of like share, like they pay him a fee to use it, but he owns it. it's not technically owned by the town, right?
Hal doesn't know.
Right, Hal
Yes,
doesn't
these guys
know.
in charge.
Clovis is all happy. The mill. Yes.
Oh,
Right.
this is going to be a long, long job.
Yep. I think that's the sense you get, and I think that in and of itself sets the tone for what the Hal mayoral sort of tenure is going to be.
Just running in the shadows, just like doing damage control.
And
Yeah.
I'll lean into the captain and say, if you need any more of that muscle you employ, my friend over here, no, Lara, come here. This is the one. She can get stuff done. Just look at that mean grimace on her face.
Well, you
Just
know,
like smiling, like awkwardly.
yeah, he does kind of let you know, like, we have no shortage of muscle, both physical and more shadow muscle. Of course, we'll talk how we have a lot of catching up to, but yeah, we're willing to. You can bring your friends and resources into the fold. This is gonna be the start of a long and fruitful friendship. And then he kind of pushes his daughter like into a chair next to you.
At the end of the night, Mukta's going, Captain, is it? I'm sorry, I didn't catch your last name. I wouldn't be presumed to call you by your first name. Is Captain all right?
Yeah, you can call me Lord Captain Arneson works. Captain Arneson. Let's go with that.
All right, Captain Anderson. Mukta, at your service. Where are you and your beautiful daughter staying while you're in town? Maybe I can escort you there.
We have a nice spot over at what was the one that wasn't part of these? It was the Crow's Cast.
It's I've never actually stayed there. I've only stayed here and maybe a few nights at the Crook's Nook. But
he's like, well, I'm no stranger to the Crook's Nook, but I thought a change of scenery when my daughter's in tow was in order. I wouldn't exactly want her around a place like that if I can avoid it.
It seemed like a nice place the few times I went there for drinks, but I haven't spent too much time there. Our base here is at the Rowdy Rockfish. My friend Hal, even before I met him, they'd already made an establishment with the people here. He's a good heart, and he's got quite a way with people. So
I'm guessing you are the brains of this operation, no?
No. I just I might see a path ahead for my friends and make sure they don't, fall off a cliff or step into a landmine, should we say.
Well, there will always be landmines, and there will always be a need for people to step in those landmines. The trick is knowing when is the time to push somebody else into it, no?
Of course.
A man of your stature, a man of my position, we know those things. But your friend Hal, for now, I have him under my wing.
You have to admit, though, for the general public, I think most people find that sort of person endearing, right? To have that kind of person be a face for what you stand for in the public's eye, your family's position on contracting with such fine, upstanding people who might not see such dirty landmines.
Of course.
Could be a bonus, yes?
Of course. And that's why I will, Hal is a very pretty face and a very powerful ally to have. It's just, you might have to do a lot of work to keep him in power, if you feel what I'm saying. And I hope you do.
We've just met, but one thing Mukta always lives for is the job. So,
when you're ready to talk about future aspirations, you know where to find me. For now, you have your job. And we have mutual interests.
We do. I look forward to having more dinners like this, Captain. Sure.
Visit me in Diabel anytime.
Of course, and whenever you're in town, maybe we can have a drink. Here, Crow's Nest, the Crook's Nook. You never know.
You never know. And he like shakes your hand, and I think that might end the sort of like thing. Sets the tone for what may be to come in the future. But the downside being we spent like so much time role playing all this. It's already almost the break, and we haven't done any shopping or preparation to actually fight Belcorra. That Belcorra, what's that again? Oh yeah, that giant lady that lives not giant, that ghost lady that lives under the town that wants to like murder everyone in Absalom.
There is one more. Sorry, there was one more thing Mukta wanted to do, real quick.
Okay, yep, go for it.
He's going to go up to Hal at the end of the night. Hal, my friend.
But yes, Mukta.
You've done it, my boy. I'm so glad you had an idea to become mayor, huh?
Of course, now I can take a bath in a nice manner and not have to worry about camping under the stars and, all that kind of stuff.
So, yeah, there's a few things we'll have to work on. The whole mayor. I don't think Menhem's Manor is actually part of the city. He might actually own it himself, but we can work on getting, your own Higgins Manor, yes?
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to buy that place from him anyways.
Exactly. But I'm going to pull out the envelope that I had retrieved where I hid it.
Mm-hmm.
You know my line of work, yes, Hal?
Is that right? You're the advisor. You advise me on what to do and how to do it, and
yeah,
all that experience and stuff. Yep.
Definitely that. Yes, you're not wrong. But I was before that. My work tends to be more discreet in the shadows. Yes.
Oh, before that, I didn't know your name. You're from the desert, right?
Right. I'm part of a certain guild, right? That tends to work in different cities across Golarion. Yinyis Mera is also part of this guild, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And we tend to work as redistributors of wealth, yes? And information.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to be careful. Certain people might be interested now that you have this power and position. Certain people might be interested in grabbing onto you and steering you in the direction they want rather than what you want.
Okay, well, like they want to have a meeting and they want to tell me to do this and do that and I should do this and I should do that. I'm not going to have any meetings. You're going to have all the meetings.
Right. More like they might try to find ways to find what you care for and make sure you do what they tell you by holding on.
Strong arm me?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. I'll send in Lara. He can strong arms him back.
That's a good idea, Hal. Look.
See, I knew you put you in that place for a good reason.
Right. All right. Just this. You're Caroline, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Her father has more connections than is in public eye, let's say.
Oh, of course.
So, just be careful.
Okay. I don't have to worry about Caroline because she's the captain's daughter. So, Caroline of the captain. Maybe she become Captain Caroline eventually.
Yeah. Oh, looks like I'm not going anywhere for a while. All right. Good talk, Hal. Congratulations on being mayor.
All right. We'll have a meeting later.
I'll put it on the schedule.
All
And-
right.
Mukta goes and orders a drink.
Yep. Yep. All right.
And I keep the envelope I was going to give Hal, by the
Oh,
way.
you keep the envelope. Slide it right back into that, like, sure. Okay. So, you guys still now the election's over, you still plan to travel to Absalom, correct? So I think this scene crossfades from Mukta drowning his sorrows in the bottom of a glass to, like, you guys, like, having a travel montage to Absalom. It's only 2 days away, but when you guys arrive, the scale of this place is, like, unlike anything you've seen before. This, like, huge, massive wall, this outer shell of protection lines up, and there's a gate, and the gate that you guys are coming into is called the Sallyport Gate, which is the biggest, most trafficked port or gate into Absalom, which kind of connects Absalom on one end all the way to Diabel on the other. So all the farmers, all the traders, a lot of people that come in off the road come in through this gate, and you guys are basically stuck in this, like, long line waiting to get in.
Watch your purse, everybody.
Just sliding someone's purse into his pocket, like.
Yeah.
But you do see, like, you're stuck waiting, and then as you're getting up there, you see, like, the people are basically having all of their possessions searched as they come into Absalom. And one thing you notice occasionally, like, the person, like, maybe two groups in front of you, someone pulls, like, a book, like, out of their bag, and they ask, like, what is this? And the person explains that it's, a pretty expensive book they're hoping to sell here on the market. And basically the response is that the book needs to be either taxed or copied. So any book that comes into the city by law can be confiscated by the Scribers Union or the Scribers Guild, and you either have to pay a fee to avoid that, which they deduce the fee based on how expensive the book is, or they take it into their possession until they can have one of their scribes make a duplicate copy, and then they return your book back to you, which can take some time. And as they're doing this, you guys all, like, kind of, like, look at each other and realize you guys are
whispering reeds.
carrying the whispering reeds on you.
What do we do about this one?
Let me go talk to those guys up here real quick, since I'm a visiting diplomat from another major city. Maybe they will let us in.
Okay.
And I will go up to the front and say, my good friends, the delegates from formerly of Dioba, but now of Otari, are here to visit with the local governors. Is there a magister or somebody around who can see to our needs? Come on, guys.
I have my hood up, by the way. Like, there's my mouth is showing. The bottom of my face.
Right, yeah. And you're sort of flaunting a little bit of your political power here. And the guards, like, you don't look like... I've met Oaths of Menhems. You are no Oaths of Menhems, sir.
We just, in fact, I just defeated Oaths of Menhems. Perhaps you heard us, the Heroes of Otari. We're taking care of the lighthouse, and me actually became the mayor just a minute ago. Kiss my ring. I mean, here's my signet ring.
What lighthouse?
That's what I mean.
Like, he looks at you with, like, a blank look on his face. Like, he has no idea who you are, what you've done. He's never heard of a lighthouse. He's never heard of the Heroes of Otari. But
it's not my magister. I'm sure they would know.
But the thing is that you are telling the truth. And yeah, I think because you are visiting dignitary from, like, Otari and stuff, you're able to be shuttled aside to, like, more of a special flow away from the line. And when they realize who you are, they apologize. You shouldn't have been standing in line, sir. Why didn't you just come? There's a VIP entrance right here on the side.
Oh shit, we got that TSA pre-check.
I literally ran one's election like yesterday or the day before. So we have to have that special counting of the ballots and, of the major delegates, and then they will ratify it. But no offense taken, of course.
So they give you, like... Yeah, they give you special pass. Oh yeah, that's right. Your parents. I forgot about that. They give you the special pass though, where you are able to get through, and all of the people that are with you are kind of given, like, ambassador sort of, like, leeway. so you guys aren't subject to like normal like search and seizure procedures and stuff like that. You guys were given a little bit more leeway than the average person, and you were able to bypass like the 100 or so people in line out the gates as you guys just make it in.
Do they have like the special sashes that we're supposed to wear? Like the sashes that go, I want to put one on Nulara's would be great.
Yeah, okay. They give you all ambassador sashes. And it says like dignitary from Otari.
This is necessary. No.
It is. It looks great.
It does.
Book handled.
Yeah. So, welcome to Absalom, you guys.
Whoa, look at that.
Yeah, I'm going to share this real quick. So this is something I've been working on. And so okay, so Absalom is huge. Huge. Like, we're doing it as like a quick sort of sidebar stop, but like Absalom is so big. Let me just share this real quick. This is the book that just came out. It's called Absalom, right? Look how thick it is, right? This is how thick and all the information that they gave about the city of Absalom. This screenshot I'm sharing here is just the marketplace known as the Grand Bazaar, which is where all of the most interesting magical items in the entire island of Kortos kind of come. So if you are anybody who's anybody, this is where you come to get your magical items, which is a separate book called the Grand Bazaar. So all in all, I guess you can kind of see this. This is a map. Let me see. This is a map of how big Absalom is. And this marketplace that we zoomed in on is like this little square spot within the whole place,
Holy
right?
Crap.
It's huge.
Yes.
So there's no way we're going to do a Absalom the justice that it deserves. But this is what you guys are fighting to protect, right? Without you guys doing what you're doing, Belcorra is going to raise up and try to destroy all of this. And that's her ambition, her life goal. And so it's good that you guys get to see it firsthand, I think. So I've gone ahead and shared this here. This is the Grand Bazaar with all the magical item shops. I know a lot of you guys looked ahead or might have already bought the items you want. But I wanted to do the part where you guys are here and sort of seeing it and share it with our audience as well. So,
yeah, very cool.
Does anyone want to share during this time, which is going to take quite a bit of time, what's some of the cool stuff that you guys are buying and or doing?
One of the cool things I'm doing is having my dragon skin turned into armor for me.
That is right. So here in Absalom, especially here in the city, you'd be able to find somebody that is able to craft your black dragon scales that you've harvested into dragon scale mail. So I found a shop that will work for you. There's a weaponsmith. He's famous for working with like some of the finest, rarest metals in all the land. His name is Embry, Eagleton Embry, and he runs like an Embry smith shop, and he's on Flower Street.
Okay.
This is all stuff I found in the Absalom book. I'm remembering off the top of my head. Wow. But essentially, he is able to craft what you're asking him to do, and he will do it. It's going to cost 400 gold with you providing all the materials to get the dragon scale made, and he needs 4 days time to do so.
Okay.
But
Fair enough.
So when that's all said and done, now that happened, right, I'm going to put the scale mail that you got made onto your character sheet so that you can use it. I know you have not seen it yet.
I have
So
not.
it's called Raveric Scale Mail. It's now in your inventory. So here's what it is. It's scale mail made out of dragon hide, which means since it's black dragon hide, the scale mail itself is immune to acid, right? No matter how much acid it could be dealt to it, it cannot hurt the scale mail. It also has the +2 potency rune, the acid resistant ability, so you still have the 5 acid resistance built into the armor while you wear it, and it comes with the resilient rune, which gives you a +1 save against magical effects, which is part of that Raveric's ability. So all of that is tied into the scale mail armor called the Raveric Scale Mail that now lives in your inventory. I also made a cool description for it, which you can read, but it just says, like, It says this armor is made with an undercoat of thick dragon hide and coated with the scales of the black dragon known as Raveric. He was slain in the Heroes of Otari's quest to face Belcorra, deep within the Abomination Vaults, and as he had taken possession of one of the Fulcrum lenses that they needed to put her to rest. Harvested by Mukta, it was fashioned into a fine set of gear by Absalom's famous Eagleton Embry, containing his seal stamped onto one of the scales. This armor was worn by Clovis into the final showdown with Belcorra, and this item now is part of Absalom Galarian lore, and long after the Heroes of Otari are gone, this item might live on and become famous, and some other adventurers down the road might be wearing your hand-me-downs one day.
Very cool.
Don't forget to invest in the magical item because you're not invested in it, so you're not getting all its bonuses right now. And did you subtract the 400 gold for that?
No, but I will.
So yeah, go ahead and go with that.
Do that right now.
All right, any other big purchases that you guys wanted to share or discuss here? Getting the scale made is huge, and like Absalom is definitely a place to get that done, and that is cool. And it's sort of unique that you guys defeated the dragon and now have the scale mill. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna ask for Hal and Mukta's help in I'm gonna ask them to talk to the armorer or like the blacksmith to help me with my sword, because this is so much right now,
A little overwhelming,
but it's also like super pretty for Nalara, but she can't talk to anyone.
Yeah, and at the same time, Mukta will also be getting the same thing on his rapier. I think we're asking for a greater striking rune, yes?
A greater striking, yeah. I also added another rune, but it's for me. I'm gonna tell this to Mukta too. Like, Mukta, if you're thinking of modifying your weapon, I think, if I remember correctly, there's a rune. Hold on a second. I saw it. When it deals a little bit of like positive damage. Oh, the disrupting rune.
That's correct.
Because I remember when we fought Belcorra, and then this was a little bit after I received a couple of blessings from my deity, that the extra from her blessings actually hurt her a little bit more. And I believe if you have a certain amount, I think if you have like a +1, which I think you already do, like you should have room for property runes on top of your ghost touch.
This is just for you, though, yes?
I mean, no, if you want to do it on your rapier, but for me too.
I think I really can only afford the greater striking rune for mine.
The greater. How much was the disrupting rune again?
Disrupting rune was 150 gold, and greater striking is like if you're upgrading from your existing striking rune, it's 1,000.
Yeah, and then how much to put that in?
The 1,000 upgrade includes the cost to install it.
Okay, yeah. So,
if you have room for your disrupting rune, I could give you money for the disrupting rune.
Let's see. Have a weapon potency +2, low grade silver, striking, ghost touch. So it's the disrupting.
Yeah, it's 150.
So maybe we can get some sort of bundle deal if we're getting 2 greater striking runes, 2 disrupting runes.
I'm sure you guys can. I don't know if I...
Maybe the new mayor of Otari can do some business.
I mean, maybe you could finagle something there.
You see just new Lara and like handing Hal stuff like, please.
Ow.
How much gold are you guys short? Or do you not really know? You just want to get a discount?
I have the 1,000 gold to be able to pay for the greater striking rune.
And then I'll spot him the 150 for the disrupting rune.
Okay.
So you have your 1,000 too, right? 1,050?
Well, on my montage earlier, like I did all of it already.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we're trying to get a discount. Like a bundle price, you know? We're potentially spending like over 2,000 gold at this guy's place. Yeah.
I mean, you say that, yeah, and he has like certain items in here that sell for like 15, 20,000 gold per item. So like you feel like for you feel like this is you being a high roller for the first time in your life, and you're still the small potatoes to this dude here in Absalom, right? But I will allow Hal to make a what is it, like a make an impression / diplomacy check. But we know that Hal can use performance for all of that, so let's see. Do they give me stats for this dude? They probably do. I don't have the book open right now.
Let me tell you a great story from the south of this island. Ring. And I go on to tell them a great story, and then I say, oh, by the way, I'm Zamer, and perhaps we can get a deal. You come to my manor in Otari when you make your way down to the south for the summer. And in return, you give us a great deal. How does that sound?
So the it looks like the owner of this sort of rune shop is a Kenku. Looks pretty cool. His name is Rakuskook.
Rakuskook.
Got this cool sort of like his beak is like pierced right on the bottom, so he's got this giant like gold sort of thing. He's covered in like all kinds of weirdness and scrolls tucked everywhere. He looks pretty cool. He is, well, it doesn't give me, usually for like shops and stuff it would give you a sort of stat block. That's okay. Make your check there, Hal, and I'll pick a reasonable thing. I think 32 is enough. So he is willing to give you guys a solid 5% discount. So 1,000 gold, 5% off 1,000 gold is not anything to sneeze at. It's like what, 50 gold off?
Mm-hmm.
So 1,150.
Basically, what he'll do to make it easier, if you buy both the 1,000 gold runes, which it sounds like you are, he'll throw in the disrupting rune for free.
Okay.
Woo!
That'll work out. That's roughly, it's a little more than 5%, but he'll go ahead and do that for you guys. Sure.
Oh, thank you so
But
much.
he's gonna hold you to that, Hal, because when he comes through Otari, he's gonna expect some like prime sort of VIP treatment on the town.
You heard that, Mukta? Take care of this man when he comes through.
Yes, Mayor.
You guys okay on gold, or do you need any more?
Nope. We're good. So,
Right. I'm also grabbing the Staff of Greater Healing.
Okay.
where is this guy's shop? What's it called?
These runes, you can just pull them off the Absalom random magic item shop right in the middle.
Okay.
I'm just throwing like, all the stuff that you guys are requesting that wasn't on any of those shops. I'm just throwing there for convenience sake. But especially because it's a rune, I mean, you could just add it, like edit your item and add it to it on its own. Okay, so Clovis is getting the greater. Your upgrade. So you had the Staff of Healing. Now you got the greater Staff of Healing. So that's cool.
Correct. Yep. I sent you a message too if you want to look at my armor on break, maybe.
Yeah, I could check it out. Was there any other purchases you guys wanted to highlight before we go to break?
No, Ninna, did you get some dark vision when we were in?
I already have some.
Oh, you have some. Okay.
Mukta's going to stop at one more place. Let me just edit this gold. So minus 1,000.
Oh, is it like this in Yobel?
Yeah, it's just like this.
It's amazing, don't get me wrong, but it's just so many people. I don't think I could.
Oh, there's so many people in Diobel. They don't look as happy, but there's a lot of them.
Oof.
So Mukta wants to stop at the. Mukta's going to try to slip away actually from the group for a moment. I just need to make one stop real quick. Are you guys going to stay here for a minute?
I'm going to go try to visit my parents. Maybe you want to go and say hello?
I'll come with you.
Sure.
Good
Where?
idea.
Give me the address. I'll find it.
Oh, we'll just go over to that tavern right around the corner and we'll wait for you there.
All right. 1 minute. And Mukta's going to go to the Urban Garden Jewelers.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
He doesn't actually want to purchase anything on the list.
No. Okay.
Mm.
He's going to take out the last Moonstone.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sorry. I asked around and they said that this is the premier jewel shop here in the marketplace. how much to get this set into a ring?
So you come in and you say that you look and there's like a man and he kind of has his back to you and he turns around and you can see that instead of like a person, even though it's a humanoid shape, it kind of looks like Mushi, but like a full human version of Mushi. It's like a walking tree man. His arms are bark. He's got like vines kind of growing up and down him, and his whole like cloak is like a leaf. And he's like turns, and you can see he's got like flowers tucked into the back of his ears. And he's like, "What? You're gonna have to speak up, Sonny."
Sorry, sir. How much for this in a ring?
Shuffles over, holds out his hand to take a look at it. Yeah, right. Holds it up to the light. Beautiful stone. I could set this for you. Oh, I mean, are we talking fancy gold? You want like cheap iron? I mean, we could start at a silver and go up to tons of gold, depending on how much cash you got to spend. But a gem this pretty deserves, I would imagine, some sort of platinum.
How much for a platinum band?
For your finger?
Pretty similar, actually.
Takes your hand and starts like feeling. You can feel like he takes his hand and like puts it like where your finger is, and his little like finger like turns into like a vine that like wraps around and like sizes it just right before he like kind of like loosens it enough to pull your finger out and then holds it up. Let's call it 10 gold.
I will give him 15 gold.
Okay. And he is able to... It takes him a little bit of time, but, you know, not too much time to sort of fashion a platinum band with, like, a thing that can kind of set the moonstone. And you watch him work, and he, like, very carefully plops it in and then hands you the ring. Set in nice.
All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
Once you're done.
I'm done. Yep. Mukta
Yep.
goes off.
And so, like, you leave. His shop is a giant tree, by the way, and it almost is like it's a huge tree with a little bit of shop kind of built into the tree. And you can see that from like all over. It's like the giant tree. It's hard to miss here in the marketplace. But yeah, Hal.
I'm wearing Atari's armor. Can I put a rune on that armor? +1 studded.
You should be able to. Yeah. So it's a +1 armor, right? So yeah, it has the potency rune of +1, so it has room for the resilient rune, which is doesn't take it up, and you have one slot for a property rune. So any property rune you'd be able to slot in there. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this staunching rune that reduces the check. Is that something that I would be able to put in there?
Yeah, absolutely. That is.
I'll probably go for the greater. Can I do that, or would it have to be the lesser?
No, the greater should be fine. Which shop is selling that?
Kraken's Ink Tattoo.
Kraken's Ink Tattoo. I'll
Left,
check this out.
middle.
Oh yeah, right here. There's so many awesome shops, you guys. Stay tuned because I'm going to release
there's
all these
time.
shops that you can like import into your world and stuff. It's coming.
I mean, I want to just spend time reading through half of the stuff.
Yep, Staunching Greater. The symbol's closed buddy runes. Armor with this rune reduces the DC on the flat check to ampersand bleed from 10 or 15 to 10. Yes, absolutely. This is something you could easily buy for 600 gold and install into your armor. That is, yeah. So because you have a +1 rune, you have one slot to put anything in there, and this is one of those things. If you upgraded your armor to a +2 potency rune, then you would have a second slot to put another rune as well. But
okay, well I bought it, and you can show me how to add it to it later.
For sure, yeah, I'll show you how to do that. But it's pretty easy. I gotta say, I don't remember where it is. Oh, I think it was in Clockworks. Where is it? Just my favorite thing when I was adding all of this. So there's an equipment called Clockwork Heels, right? 300 gold. It adds Heelys to your boots. So you add them into your boot. The Clockwork footwear features mechanical heel built into the base that increase your feet. When you lean your weight onto your heel, a springboard triggers and pops out small metal wheels that propel you forward. It increases your movement speed by 5 feet just for having Heelys on your boots. I thought that was hilarious. It's rare, so they're pretty hard to find, but here in Absalom, this guy sells them. So if you want to increase your movement speed by 5, 300 gold, pop them in your boots and you're good to go. Anyways. that was one that stood out of my mind when I was importing all these items from the Grand Bazaar. So I think we're almost at 9 o'clock. I think this is probably where we end the shopping montage. I mean, I know what's going to happen is you are going to go take your friends to visit your parents and stuff, Hal. I don't think we have time to see it all on screen, but we can just assume it happens off screen, right? And so...
God, the room's covered in blood.
No, it goes amicably, and your parents are really proud. Like, they almost can't believe that you have become mayor of, like, Otari. And, like, honestly, when they find out that you're now mayor, like, they really are now making plans to, like, quit their job and come move to your town so they can, like, be there. You don't want them to?
That's awesome.
Nope. They can stay here and do what they need to do.
Yeah, they really, well, they want to move. Like, maybe we'll come visit. And then they always, like, your mom's like, where's my grandchildren? Why don't I have any grandchildren? Right? Like,
Laura will say, he's 18.
I know,
Yeah.
right? You're missing your prime years.
I mean, this is a fantasy, right? Like,
Yeah. Live to 30.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a little more better than, like, medieval, but yeah. So,
Parents are probably like what, like 50 maybe at the most, like 40 in their 40s.
Parents are 24.
Yeah.
So let's call it here. We've had our trip to Absalom. It's 2 days out. So basically, here's what happened, right? 2 days to the election, 2 days travel to Absalom, 4 days spent in Absalom, 2 days back. It's been like a week and a half since you last faced Belcorra, right? Before you even make it back to, like, Otari and are ready to go back down. It's almost like more time was spent in this, like, montage than, like, has passed since the start of the campaign. Not quite, but pretty damn close. It's crazy the way that works.
Shopping.
But, you know, you guys live life to the fullest. You guys might be sacrificing your lives in the upcoming days, so you had to taste life and see what was worth saving. So let's call it break. It is now 8:56. We will come back at 9:06, and when we come back, if there's any other prep that you guys need to do, let me know, and we'll just handle it, like, off screen, any items and stuff, because when we come back, we will be going down. You guys are going to be at the Gate of Nimboloth, unless you guys tell me there's any other things you need to do, and we will be proceeding at the beginning of the end is the best way to put it. So if you want to see what happens at the Gate of Nimboloth, and I know you do, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Oh, and while you're there, take the time to support us here at Recall Knowledge. Go check out the podcast. You know, you can find the Recall Knowledge podcast on all the platforms. Go subscribe on YouTube. Go subscribe on Twitch. Say hi in chat. Hi, Dalvin. Hi, that guy. Hi, everyone chatting. And if you're in chat and you're like, hey, I really want to try some of those awesome Rollsmith dice I saw, hit us up in chat. We'll get you a code. All right. Don't go anywhere. Be back in 10 minutes. All right. We're back from break. This is the first of the rest. You stand before a set of massive double doors, carved from black and green stone. An oxidized bronze lock has a keyhole, but no handles to speak of. This is what Belcorra called the Gate of Nimboloth. This is the vision she had as a child, a calling she spoke of, to seek out and find this place, and to build the gauntlet on top of it. You find yourself standing here, just as she must have 500 years before. You know, as she did, that your fate, the entire culmination of your life, has led you to this moment. And what happens beyond these gates will define you for the rest of your days. A few days have passed since Absalom. You're all standing right outside these gates. There's a moment for you guys to look at each other. Any last minute prep comments, strategies, anything you might want to say to each other. This is like a good story beat to get that in before you open the gates.
I don't know what to say, to be honest.
Well, I'd like to say it's been pretty amazing running around here with you guys. Before this, I was just, I didn't want to get dirty. Now I'm running around in the mud with you. I don't want to, swim in the dirty water. And we went into the lake and, it's been a good time. So you guys don't have to work for me if you want to be mayor. You can work with me to run the city if you want to do that, or you can go off and do whatever you want to do. Go back to the desert, go live in the forest. But it's these last several weeks, gosh, it feels almost like a year now. It has been a really good time learning more and more about myself, more and more about this place. So I appreciate I'm honored to be working beside you all. Okay, let's go.
I've been on a lot of jobs, a lot of dangerous missions, yes? Come out of some unscathed, some not quite so much. I've had a lot of colleagues over the years come and go. This one, well, I'm glad to finally be on a job with family, huh?
Well, that's very sweet of you guys.
Thank Mukta.
I don't know, since we're all getting sentimental, I think, like what Hal said, I never expected anything coming into this. But one thing that I'm really taking away from it all is that, I was wrong in thinking that it was bad to be different. You guys made me feel that it was special and that I could actually do something with it. And that's such an amazing gift to receive. So I'm going to do my best to make sure that none of you die. And I'm hoping that after we open these gates, all 4 of us walk out of it after we defeat Belcorra. Looking at Hugh Mukta.
We will, for sure. I'll just... bathroom.
Oh. But yes...
Clovis hands Nulara. I hand you a potion of bark skin.
Oh, thank you, Clovis. Okay, but I think one of
Mukta downs a potion of dark vision. 24 hours.
Yeah, Clovis also does the same.
I do want to bring up a point of concern, though. In the event that she does one of her things again, where it makes you stupid, I'm very susceptible to it. What happens if, let's say I am not able to fully resist that magic of hers? Just kill me. Just do it. Do it.
I bought all of us when we were in the shops. I bought us all, which I don't know if it'll help, but I bought us each an antidote and an anti-venom poison, and a couple others that I think we can drink before maybe we go down.
Do you have that spells prepared, Clovis, to be able to heal Nulara if that same thing happens again?
Yeah, but I mean...
Not...
No, but I...
So, you don't have it prepared, but I saw you added all the spells to your stuff. That was really cool, and I saw it on there.
So on my staff of greater healing now, it's actually in that staff. I have remove disease, restore senses, so restoration, as well as my heals and stabilize.
So yes, if Nulara needs it, I think keep that on reserve if
Yep.
Nulara. Hal, you're able to quicken us at times, right? You're whispering again, Hal, again.
I was just reminiscing about the time we spent together. And I look at Mukta. And I can make you faster. I can make you go faster if you do really well. I can prevent you from dying or being affected by negative energy. I can summon that O2 you, that stinky thing that Nulara poked, and amongst the vampiric mists and all that good stuff. You want some of that?
If need be, I might ask for a quick boost if it's available.
Okay.
Ooh, I was thinking too, Clovis, I know we always tell you not to do it, but if all things turn to
Hmm.
shit, and like one of your solutions is to maybe throw a fireball at her, and then Mukta and I are like included in that space. Personally, I wouldn't want to speak to Mukta, but if you do that, just give us a heads up because we can go
Oh,
away.
really?
Well, I mean, I'll
I've
take it if it meant
nah.
defeating her. No.
Yeah. No. I've you guys keep telling me not to use it. I don't even have that prepared. I couldn't even do it if I want to.
Even the acid stuff.
Oh, I got the acid.
That's fine.
That's
Like
that's my go-to, right? Like I couldn't get rid of that, but yeah, the fireball. I know it's worked a few times, but that way I don't want to worry about burning you guys up.
But in let's say like hypothetically you did like before, it's totally fine with me because like we could duck better
Okay.
now, unlike before.
Oh, very good. I'm glad to hear that. How about you, Mukta? You'd like to get burned?
You know what? You do you, Clovis. I trust you.
All right. Thank you.
Also, Mukta, do you plan on attacking her like melee, or would you be trying to hit her from afar?
I think in the beginning, I'll probably be going a bit afar, but she's like Hal and Clovis here. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
if she can cast spells from afar, I'm probably better up close.
I think so too. Like my biggest approach to her is to just stick with her as best as I could. Because even if she tries to run away, I could try and do something against that.
I did buy an extra ghost touch that I had put on my bow, so I'll use my bow probably until I can get up close, and then switch to the rapier.
All right. Just let me know if you
think
like
I-
want me to move to the side or something, so that you could
Right.
be on the. So I could give you like an advantageous like position.
You know, those first few fights, I think all of us were so used to being our own,
Hmm.
you know, working on our own, and didn't really know what to do, how to feed off each other's strengths. I mean, I almost got died by a little magical wooden bird puppet, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But since then, I think our teamwork has become one of our greatest assets. And I think in the moment we'll know what to do.
All right.
If not, we can call out to each other, huh?
Yeah.
This does bring up an interesting point of order I want to clarify, since we have done a lot of like fast forward montaging going back and forth. First of all, did you guys go back and get the fulcrum? What's it called?
The lenses, yes, I have it on me.
I was thinking about the fulcrum lattice, the thing that holds the lenses.
It was in the mausoleum. Remember, we brought it up and we left it there, so we took it with us back down.
Oh yeah, it wasn't in my sheet. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'll add that to your sheet, Nulara. Now, are you the one carrying it, and do you have all the lenses like slotted into it?
Yes, I think that was what we agreed on. We only have 2 left. Oh wait, yeah, it's just 2.
Yeah,
Just
two.
the two, because we don't need a third, because it's already.
You've already injected the energy into her. Are you carrying? Are you slotting that one in anyways, or did you just leave it back with the drow?
The
Crimson fulcrum one.
I mean, just aesthetically, it'd be nice to have all 3, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can put it on because I'll only really be carrying like the 2 bulk from the Fulcrum Lattice, right?
Yep. So the Fulcrum Lattice, it requires 2 hands to hold. So you can have it strapped to your back or something, but when time comes, in order to use it, right, you're gonna have to. Somebody is gonna have to take the Fulcrum Lattice into 2 hands in order to channel the energy of the lenses to actually do the injecting.
Oh yeah, we have to discuss that.
It is a melee spell attack, like a melee
Oh,
touch
it's a
attack or
melee.
something like that, right? While grasping the lens, you make a melee spell attack, yeah. So you'll need to be adjacent to Belcorra and sort of use the Fulcrum Lattice, and you can channel that energy into her.
It's 2 bulk.
It's 2 bulk, yeah.
All right, give it to me.
Yeah. Okay. you want me to tie it around you?
Um,
Because you'd have to be carrying it with both of your hands.
I would.
In order to do that, you need to have that magic sort of invested into you as well, I believe.
Oh.
I guess not. I guess that's not true. I guess you don't have to have the magic invested into you, but you could if you so choose. I don't think. Well, let me check.
It's considered to be in your hand for the purpose of activating their abilities.
Yeah, it says so. In order to invest, I'm reading like part of the Crimson Lens. It says, in order to do the spell attack, you have to be invested in it, and then you push that investment from yourself into the target. So that would mean if you're carrying both the Fulcrum lenses, Mukta, you would need to have both these lenses invested into you.
All right, if that's what we're doing, should I become invisible?
I think that would be smart, actually. I mean, I know she knows that we have the lenses, but she doesn't know where it is. And oh wait, but that wouldn't make the lattice invisible, though.
I'd be carrying it. Anything I carry becomes invisible.
Oh yeah, that'd be amazing.
I went ahead and added all that to your sheet, Mukta.
All right. Because I gave you all my silver Nulara, I can actually carry it.
Oh.
So you're under the effects of the ochre fulcrum lens and the emerald fulcrum lens.
So the Ochre Fulcrum Lens doesn't have an option to invest.
Right, yeah. It doesn't have the option. I don't know why it's not there, but I added the effect to you anyways.
Okay.
I think it's just the item itself probably is missing the correct trait, maybe? Yeah, if I add the
So
trait
resistance
and I
to
do.
mental damage not implemented.
Yeah, it doesn't, remember, we don't track
Yeah.
so now you should be able to invest in the ochre one. Yeah. Okay, so the ochre lens gives you 10 resistance to mental damage and a +2 save bonus against all emotional effects, right? You can also use the interact actions on it to cast Crushing Despair once per day. It gives you like lassitude, like you are very like detached from the world around you in a way, like it's very hard to get excited about anything. And then the emerald lens is the trickier one here, where you now have negative healing and you get that wax layer over you. So any sort of healing spell that goes onto you will in fact hurt you. The only way to heal you is to cast the harm spell, and then that heals you.
Right.
But once per day you can interact with the lens and get 30 hit points back.
Right, so I guess we're going to do this. Let's go already. By the way, no one heal me.
And so with
Oh shit!
with
That's right.
the Fulcrum Lattice, you get to use the highest bonus on the attack roll from all the lenses you have, which is the emerald. So you get a +20 to your roll when you try to force it into like Belcorra, for instance. Just good to keep in mind.
All right.
Okay, so that handles the point of order and the bookkeeping I needed to be aware of. So the plan is Mukta to be carrying it, and you're invisible. How long does your invisibility
Ochre
last?
Lens has a +21.
Oh, does it have more?
Damn.
So the
Yeah,
ochre
with a
lens,
modifier of +21.
then +21 is the highest, so you get a +21 on your roll. Yeah, that's interesting. I thought the emerald lens was the highest, but I guess I was wrong.
It does say +21, right? While grasping the lens, make a melee spell attack with a modifier of +21.
Yeah. So the ochre fulcrum lens is an item 11. The emerald's only item level 10, so technically it's perfect. So yeah, it's +21 is your roll. All right.
My invisibility lasts 1 minute, so I would literally, would I be able to? How could I pull my cloak up while holding? Can I have one hand on the thing and then?
For a moment, I think you can release it and do it and put it down, or have somebody else do it.
Yeah. So right before we run in.
Okay. So who has the
right.
ghost key?
Now, are we going in right now for Belcorra, or who? What are we doing right now? Or we don't really know. We're just gonna go in and see what's up.
I mean, I've never been behind this door, Clovis, so we gotta get this done.
Okay.
Yeah, Belcorra's there or not, who really cares?
All right, that's he's being affected by the thing.
Move to take a hero point because that was
Mhm.
for that role play with lassitude. Yeah, I mean, here's the reality. You don't know what's behind this door. You don't know if Belcorra's there or not. So,
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out whether I should drink these potions now or
Yep.
just probably wait a little bit.
what do you think?
So
Do you want to drink it now or do you want to wait?
I now will. hold
Okay.
on. Like Mook said, what the hell? Fuck it. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm with you, Mook.
All right, I'll be scouting, and then if
What is your exploration activities?
yes, I'll be scouting, and then if I have any inkling that we're close to where Belcorra is, I'll start chugging my bark skin and my cheetah's elixir.
Okay. All right. So, back to, what I said like 20 or 30 minutes ago. Like, taking out the skull-shaped key, and I don't know who has it, but somebody has
It's
a skull-shaped-
Clovis.
Okay. Clovis has it. So, Clovis, you take out the skull-shaped key, or is it Hal that has it now?
Oh, I guess so.
Yep.
Sticky Finger Hal ended up with it. Hal, you step.
Yeah, it had Nhimbaloth on it. I had to hand it to him. I'm like, that in the book? No, go ahead.
Take out the
it.
skull-shaped key and insert it into the kind of bronze oxidized lock. And as you do, the key reunites with the gate, and small whispers begin to fill each one of your heads. Just whispers like, "They're here, they're here, they're here. Run, run, run. Stop her." Like different conflicting voices and whispers just flood over you. And as that happens, there's like a large scraping as the two doors begin to open. And the two doors begin to push outwards towards you. And as they open, the sort of whispers flood out of your head. The dark halls beyond let out a cold wind that blows past you, sending chills up your spine. Just inside, you all see a long chamber beyond a hallway. 8 alcoves, 4 on each side, line the walls, each containing the remnants of a jade-colored statue, each defiled. None have heads left. Most are missing their hands. And a single statue contains just a pair of bare feet. Beyond, at the far end of the hallway lies an enormous stone throne, constructed from heavy blocks that match the same stone used to make these doors. Sitting motionless on the throne is a large skeleton, easily 8 feet tall, dressed with ornate silks and jewels. It sits back in its seat, its jaw open slightly as its head tilts upward. Thick moss fills the space inside of its jaw, spilling outward to the outside of the face. That's what you see as the gate opens.
Oh, so not Belcorra. Alright, someone want to strap this thing onto my back.
Your invisibility cloak isn't doing you any good if you keep talking.
I'm not invisible yet. I wasn't sure if it was Belcorra or not.
Oh.
So,
Alright.
yeah. If you could help me out with this or whatever.
Yeah, sure. But I'm still scouting ahead.
All right, so Nulara kind of takes point, and you guys sounds like you begin walking in towards the hallway,
I'll be avoiding notice.
avoiding notice.
I'll be investigating, looking for any secret doors or anything I see that catches my eye.
Perfect.
Any magic in here, Al?
I'll be detecting magic.
Detecting magic. Okay. What's the range on your detect magic these days, Hal?
It's still 30.
It's still 30, it looks like.
It doesn't
I
get
just
higher
more-
at higher levels.
I can narrow stuff down.
Right. So you begin easing, and you don't get any detect magic right off the bat, Hal. Like from within
Gotcha.
30 feet of you at the start, it's cool. Nulara takes the lead. You guys begin stretching. Clovis, make a secret perception check for me. So slowly but surely, you begin making your way in the hallway. Okay. And as you begin making your way up the room, 19 on the dice for a total of 38. And as you first, so if you come across anything, you might have a good shot at finding it. As you step into the chamber, slowly approaching where this figure sits, you begin to notice multiple doors on the far end near the throne. Especially like Clovis, you notice not only the two on either side of the throne, around the corner you begin to see the hint of like another door that seems to double back almost in the direction you were coming from. Each seems to lead off in different directions. And as you guys approach even closer, to inspect these doors, your heart actually skips a beat for a moment because the skeleton, despite the fact it's not moving at all, begins to speak.
That doesn't care.
Hello, Clovis. Nice to finally meet you. I've been waiting a long time. As it speaks, the skeleton's jaws moves with the words, though they don't seem to match up perfectly with the words you're hearing. Whispers fill the air and your mind, and the moss tumbles out of the skeleton's jawline, pulsing as if it's breathing. The skeleton stands up from the throne, up to its full height of 8 feet. Its hands held outwards, palms down, as if to gesture for peace. Also, hello everyone who's just raided us. So the skeleton continues. All of you, in fact. Mukta, Alarmony, New Lara. The skeleton's empty eye sockets linger on you, Nulara, for a moment too long. Ah, of course. A psychopomp of... Is that Ancora I detect? Her head tilts a bit as if she's sizing you up. And in that sort of tense moment, Nulara, you feel a surge of adrenaline through your body, and you can feel the cold blood pumping through your veins. The shadows in the corner of the room begin to well up, and you feel the presence of Ancora here with you, within you, stronger than you have ever felt before. Careful, Ancora speaks in your mind. This is Lady Whisper. She used to serve the Boneyard and Pharasma once upon a time, before she chose another path. They say she went mad. No, not mad, Lady Whisper answers, as if she too can hear the voice as clear as you can, Nulara. Just shown the futility of what we were doing. Logic can often be misconstrued as insanity through the eyes of the insane, I find. The expressionless face turns to look over the rest of the group. Anything you guys would like to do in this moment? I mean, this talking skeleton just started speaking to you with whispery things. It's speaking. It's like moss is like bubbling out of its mouth. It's a sight to behold.
I say out loud that she used to be a follower of Pharasma. She knows Ancora too.
I'm going to pop this over to the screen, just
I'll check
show
that
the
out.
full screen to the audience here. This is Lady's Whisper as she sits on the throne before you.
Are you guarding anything?
I am. I am the gatekeeper to the gates of Nimbaloth, to the empty vault.
Oh, we have to get in.
The skeleton nods its head. It's okay. I will not harm you. I know why you are here. Not to join us, as so many before you who have stepped into my halls, no. Besides, only one of you currently has the potential to see the truth. No, you are here for other reasons. You are here to face her, Belcorra. Is that right?
You should know. You were a follower of Pharasma before.
Pharasma. And you think she knows what she does? She is the vice that binds mortality. Why serve somebody who enslaves others?
Our only responsibility is to judge where you should go. after you pass. Mortality. I mean, if you're not supposed to be here, why should you be allowed to?
As there is more. My eyes have been opened. There's another, a better way.
Wouldn't you attribute that to greed? You're too greedy to live. Don't let us in.
I will. You see, she wants you here. Unfortunately, none are permitted to step foot into the holy grounds without first passing our trials. I'm sorry, I cannot make an exception. The skeleton raises its right arm, pointing off towards one of the doors on the eastern wall. But I am more than willing to guide you through them. What do you say, heroes? Do you accept these terms? And then the skeleton stops moving and just goes completely silent.
I look to the rest of the group.
Right, is that thing done talking yet? Can we go?
Yeah, that's what she's asking. Are you okay? How?
Yeah,
Clovis?
sure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, let's do it.
All
Al,
right.
the double doors are right behind you. You could just run and go back to the city and not have to deal with any of this.
If we die, so we die. Absalom gets destroyed, Otari gets destroyed, who cares?
Is that just me? I'm the mayor, and my family's in Absalom, so yeah, let's just go. Which way do we go?
We'll be dead, so whatever.
As you wish.
I'll keep you alive.
I think those lenses are starting to affect Mukta.
They are. That's how I felt. But actually, I was more stupid than anything.
Yeah, I've never seen him act like this.
Yeah, you were pretty dumb, Lara.
I was. I could admit to that.
So Lady Whisper then says, "As you wish," and then says, "Clovis, Mukta, Halarmony, Nulara, follow me." And then she beckons with her skeletal arm and moves towards the door that's on the eastern wall. And as she does, she now passes within 30 feet of you, Hal, and she lights up with magic. This thing is super magical. You can detect the highest level effect within range, right? You learn the School of Magic and pinpoint the source. So the highest magic she has is emanating from her eye sockets. And the School of Magic would be divination.
Okay.
She raises that same hand towards the door, and immediately this heavy stone door swings open as if she willed it to do so. And then she steps beyond the door and begins walking briskly, waiting for you to follow, but not bothering to look back to see if you actually are. So, you all make eye contact, and I'm assuming you follow because you guys said you would. As you follow, you enter a chamber where the walls are carved from the same black stone that the rest of the temple seems to be from. 4 alcoves sit here. 3 contain large stone basins filled with reeds, moss, and other swampy plants spilling out, and how these light up like crazy with divination magic as well.
Close the door and run. Oh, just kidding.
The basin in one of the 4 alcoves seems empty. At the end, beyond these alcoves, is a staircase leading down. Lady Whisper walks down the staircase, down towards the last level of the Abomination Vaults. And as you're moving through here, and Clovis, your eyes are peeled, you're looking for any sort of secret or anything. You actually, because you had a 38 on your perception check, you begin to sense something here. These basins, they're familiar. You've seen basins like these before earlier when you first came in the Abomination Vaults. And they were covered with wisps that were invisible at the time. And with this perception check, you feel the presence. You can't see them, but you get the sense and you can hear the movement, the subtle movement that seems like some of these alcoves, these basins of water, are not actually empty. And 2 of these creatures begin to drift and follow Lady Whisper down the stairs.
Hey guys, I think there's those wisp are in here with us. Be careful.
All right, I'm still scouting.
Yep. And Mukta, you're following too?
Why are these wisps following? us lady?
She smiles and she says, "Astute observation." She doesn't stop, right? She continues her walking, her speed walking down the staircase, but she tells you they are her eyes. What they see, she sees. Belcorra, of course. She the staircase splits evenly. There's like two different paths. She takes the left path and just continues walking down. And as you follow, she comes to another stone door, and all these doors just seem to will themselves open as she approaches. Clovis, as you kind of follow in, you keep following this creature that's invisibly following you guys. You're able to track it as it floats into this room with you guys. And then there's another one of these stone basins of water on the north end of the room, and this invisible force kind of goes over to it and settles into it. And you get the divination magic off of that as well, Hal.
Mm-hmm.
The staircase descends down, splitting in multiple directions. You follow Lady Whisper. She stops in the middle of this large chamber. Torches flicker in sconces within the walls, providing a flickering light that causes her shadows to dance across the multiple walls behind her. The shadows seem to move unnaturally out of the corner of your eye, though as you bring them back into focus, they snap back to normalcy. As she reaches the middle of the chamber, for the first time, she turns around to stare at you. Those empty eye sockets piercing back through you. Her left hand raises as she simply points at an unassuming gray door on the wall. Your first challenge awaits. Behind her, you can see two large sets of double doors lead further into the chambers. This trial she's directing you to seems to jut off just to the western end of these chambers. She just points and says, your challenge awaits.
You all ready?
So yeah, Nulara, you stride. So what you've done there, right? You've taken your token, you've strode away from the challenge door, past her, towards the large set of double doors, and she kind of turns and just looks over her shoulder at you and kind of watches you go there.
I'm bad with directions.
As you do that, you have to pass kind of close to Lady Whisper. It's the closest you've gotten to her at that point. And as you move close to her, you feel your head begins to swirl with all kinds of ominous whispers, whispering your demise, whispering your death, telling you your innermost, deepest, darkest secrets. Can you make a will saving throw for me?
Yes.
This is an emotional effect. I don't know if... I know Mukta has a bonus to that right now. I don't know if you do. It's a fear effect, so I don't know if that helps with any of your stuff either.
I have a bravery.
What you get for going to the wrong door now you walk by her.
Oh, a natural one.
Oh. No, it's an 11 on the dice.
Oh.
It looked like a 1, right?
Yeah.
11 on 29. 2 1s, actually.
Okay.
So 29. 29 actually ends up being a fail here.
Okay, because of bravery.
Yes, what does bravery do?
When you roll a success. Oh, never mind. It doesn't do anything.
Okay. But anytime you gain the frightened condition, reduces value by 1, right? In this case, failing this for just a moment, the whispers get in your head, you get the frightened 2 condition, which immediately is reduced to frightened 1 because of your bravery.
I'm brave.
So that immediately, you step back away from it. The fear stays in your mind, but a moment later, right, it passes out of you because it reduces itself.
But I still have the creeps.
Yeah, and almost as if knowing, right? Lady Whisper just stares at you, 2 empty eye sockets.
Ugh. Right. I'll go to the right door then.
Okay. As you stand before the door, after just a moment, it swings open on itself. Beyond lies a darkened chamber. Okay, so as you move into this room, you everyone kind of comes in. It's a darkened chamber. As you slowly move into it, the door slams behind you. The room goes dark. Luckily, you guys have all taken your dark vision potions, so everyone can see perfectly fine. At the eastern end of this room, at the eastern end of this long room, a giant jade statue of a cracked and chipped skeleton stands here, covered in a burial shroud. The skull of this skeleton clenches a bundle of swamp reeds in its teeth. The room around you has several narrow slits carved into it, and stone doors lie on the other side of the room. A single word echoes from within these chambers from an unknown source, and it says one word: kneel.
Does it look like it's waiting for a response?
Clovis kneels.
Yeah, I mean, there's no sign of a voice or where it came from, so Clovis kneels.
Clovis kneels.
Are you kneeling in the hallway back by the entrance?
Yeah, I kneel right where I was
Okay.
standing. You said kneel, I kneel.
Yep. So Clovis kneels back in the safety of the entranceway. What about everyone else? What is everyone else doing?
Well, since I still have the creeps, I'll kneel. I guess I'll kneel.
Okay.
I have the heebie-jeebies.
Mm-hmm.
Shrugs and kneels.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no magic coming off of any of this, Hal.
Okay. I'll kneel. Once I see Nulara do it.
So you guys all kneel here in the room, and almost like you're kneeling and you're all kind of like looking at each other, expecting something to happen. And that's when something does. There's a little shuffle of movement as a handful of creatures that seem to have been basically snugly hidden behind a lot of these narrow slits around your room. They are going to do what they were trained to do, and they are going to assault you guys.
Damn.
So
How-
I'm doing a stealth initiative for these creatures. You guys can all add yourself, and in this case specifically, it's going to be perception based for you guys.
I was also scouting, so there's a +1.
There is a
for-
+1 thanks to Nulara's
Okay.
scouting. You are correct. Okay.
How long does my frightened condition last?
It's already gone. It only lasted for like
Oh.
6 seconds, and then it passed because you backed away from the source of it. They didn't do great on their initiative.
35.
Oh, you can also, I forgot, you have battle cry, so you can
Mhm.
actually demoralize and try to demoralize something if you want.
User.
All right, make that demoralize. Oh, it says you can demoralize an observe foe. With your 35 perception, you notice the things behind the arrow slit start moving. 31, and that's against their will save, right?
Will, yeah.
All right, that's a success.
Oh, sweet.
So one of these creatures, the one that was going to go first, becomes frightened one against you. You scared the thing that was trying to startle you.
Scared the shit out of him.
But that does take us into combat, guys. What? Combat? It's already 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. I know, but combat starts. So Nulara, with a
Yes.
fierce battle cry that scares the crap out of something that was about to attack you. You don't see them yet, but you can hear them moving behind those walls.
For my first action, I'm gonna seek them. Would I have an idea on the general direction, or it's just everywhere?
If it kind of feels like everywhere.
Okay. I'm gonna, for my first action, I'm going to stride onto here.
Uh-huh.
A second action, seeking them out.
So it does take one action to stand from kneel.
Oh, okay. 1,
Damn
2, 3. And then my third action would be to seek out.
Okay, make that perception check.
That would be 29.
Okay, 29 is enough because I did not roll very good on the stealth. So you
Sweet.
see right back facing against you on the other side of this wall, you see a shadowy specter that looks like it's dressed in like cultist robes with symbols of Nhimbaloth all over them, but for sure they are a spirit. And in
Okay.
its hand, it's holding what looks to be some sort of spectral blow dart gun.
Okay, got it.
And you see it right in front of you.
Alright. I can't point it out. I don't have
You don't have the action
anymore.
to point it out, yeah.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Hal.
Al is going to play Inspire Courage just for one round,
Okay.
and then he's going to cast Blur on himself.
Very good. Blur it is. Woohoo. You become concealed.
That's my turn.
All right, Mukta.
Alright, I will spend one action to get up from kneeling.
Uh-huh.
I will stride, and I will hide.
Okay. Make that stealth roll. as you kind of go around the corner and hide, you do see a set of double doors to your north, but also there seems to be a door right behind you that looks like it might lead to where these things are hiding.
29.
All right, 29, not bad. All right, that
Not bad, seeing as I have a plus 21, so.
yeah. Oh, that's true. An 8 on the dice, but yeah. Well, still not terrible. I'll tell you a spoiler. You beat their perception. Okay, so first things first. The one in front of you, Nular, the one you see,
Okay.
shoots the blow dart right in your face. This is a ranged attack.
Yes, I would like to take an attack.
You do have an
of
attack of opportunity. Now, in this like sort of narrow slit where it has +4 AC because it has greater cover from you. But you can make the attack. What are you striking with?
Actually, no. I'm gonna I'm gonna use a reaction to raise my shield and then a quick shield block
Oh, okay.
with a disarming. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so raise your shield as a reaction, and then if it hits, you can shield block, right? Is that how that works?
Yes, if it hits, I can shield block and then try and disarm it.
Perfect. Vile blowgun attack, 24?
Misses.
All right, bounces harmlessly off your shield.
Sweet.
All right. On the other side, it's concealed from you, so technically you are flat-footed for this specific attack. This one shoots a vile blowgun dart. Blowgun. Oh my god, I can't say it. Blowgun dart.
Blowdun.
32
Blowdun.
to
3
hit,
times.
Nular.
Hits.
Okay.
But not a
So
crit.
you do get hit with one of these spectral blow darts. You take
Okay. 27.
11 negative energy and 16
Okay.
poison damage.
Oh wow. Okay.
And I need you to make a will saving throw. The dart hits you, and it feels like there's some kind of corruption in it that is trying to take you over. So I need you to make a will saving throw.
Okay. That would be
Oh, natural
20.
You are unaffected and temporarily immune to this effect for 1 minute. Congratulations.
Sweet.
This one here pops out of its... Oh, yeah, so that one does that. And then I guess it's going to attempt to hide with its third action. It's 2 actions to do that blow dart thing. So with its third action, it's going to use the cover it has to try to hide. That's only a 22, so I don't think it successfully hides from anyone. This one here is going to do the same thing. The one right in front of you tries to hide. 21 doesn't get anything.
Sure.
This one over here pops out and targets Hal.
I'm flat-footed.
You are, because it's hidden. So I've added flat-footed.
I'm still kneeling too.
F for
Natural
flat-footed.
1 on the dart.
Yeah,
Kneeling, it goes
baby.
right over your head where you would have been standing.
Nice. Good thing you weren't standing up.
Right.
Oh, I'm concealed too, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, that's true. You are concealed. Well, it didn't hit you with either one. Yeah, I think this one is going to also target you, Hal. So I will roll the concealed. It's DC 5, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the concealed gets through. Now let's do the attack.
Nice.
Wah,
Nope.
wah, wah. Yeah, you know why? Because it's Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It's Sunday.
All right, and then the last thing they both try to do is to duck or to hide with their cover.
Oh.
That one's pretty hidden. And that one got a 29. So these 2 that popped out then become more hidden. But that's all their turns. There's only 4 of them. So Clovis.
Okay, so the one in front of Nalara, is that probably the least hidden?
Yes, it shot Nulara with the blow dart and then tried to hide, but it's pretty obviously there. It does have
Okay,
greater
so
cover
I'm
because
going
it's through a narrow slit in a wall.
All right, so I'm going to stand up,
Okay, one action to stand up.
and then I'm going to disrupt undead. So DC 31.
And that's a fortitude
Fortitude save.
save. And it does not get a bonus to fortitude save. It's just reflex saves. So, okay. That is an 18. That's a critical failure.
Nice.
So it's going to take double damage, whatever you roll.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. So 48 points of positive damage to the thing in front of Nulara. Looks like it hurts it a lot.
Nice.
It does not resist this positive damage at all.
Perfect, and that is my turn.
Not bad. Nular.
Okay. I'm going to try and hit him
Okay.
This specter right in front of me.
He's gonna have. He has +4 AC, but you can go ahead and roll your attack.
Okay. And he's undead, right?
He looks like a spirit, a spectral spirit of some sort. So yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, you have that ability. Yeah, go ahead and toggle the undead ability on. He's definitely undead.
So that would be a natural 1.
Well, a natural
God,
1 is going to
Sunday.
miss.
Okay, trying to hit him again.
You know what? It's a new year and the holidays are over. Maybe you need to change your dice.
No, Merry
They
Chrysler.
have not been good tonight.
Merry Chrysler.
30
Oh,
5
that's
to
all you
hit.
had to say. You haven't said that all night. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
exactly.
30
35 to hit.
35 is a hit, but not a crit, thanks to the cover it's getting.
Ooh, okay. So that would be third. Well, hang on a second,
Jesus.
because there's another. So 25 points of slashing damage and 7 points of positive damage.
Okay.
And then another extra 1 point of positive because of Spirit Strike.
I think Spirit Striker, the +2 is already in there.
Oh, it's already in there. Oh, yeah. Sorry. My bad.
Yep. Hurts it quite a bit. You see it's near death, but not dead.
Okay. And then I am going to. Who's coming next? I'm going to. Mukta, who are you going to hit? I'm going to aid Mukta.
Okay.
God, get those lenses away from Mukta. God damn it.
Mukta does not respond as he is hidden away.
Oh, right.
Okay. That brings us to Hal.
All right, Tal's going to stand up. And he's going to continue to sing Inspire Courage
Okay. 1 round Inspired Courage for everyone.
and cast Shield.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. That's only. Oh, yeah, that was all 3 actions. Yep. Okay. Mukta.
Yep.
Alright, Mukta will open the door, at the same time check it for traps, because I'm always checking for traps.
Yes, you are. So it's an interact action to open the door, and you're checking for traps. Doesn't look trapped, and the door does not locked. It just opens easily.
Alright, and was I concealed from this guy before?
You were, yeah.
Would he be
Make a
flat-footed
stealth.
against me?
Make a stealth check, and we'll see how sneakily you were opening the door. Because you were.
28.
Yeah, that beats his perception. So you open the door sneaky enough that he doesn't see you.
Second action will be to quick draw my short bow
Okay.
and strike.
He is definitely flat-footed against you.
And I did add a ghost touch rune onto the short.
Yes, you did.
Nice.
That's a 38.
Well, that's a critical hit.
Woo!
Doesn't have the
Sunday
cover.
rolls.
Ooh, nice.
35.
Ooh, a mobile.
And he gets
5
it.
points of damage.
Yep, takes the full damage thanks to the ghost touch rune.
I'll also reduce its. You know what? I'll make it. I'm not really sure. Hurting its strength is going to do anything. I'll give it a -10 to its speed.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, also it gets immobilized, right? Because you critically hit it.
I was gonna ask that.
Normally you couldn't because it's a ghost, but because you have the ghost touch rune, you are pinning it
okay.
still. So the arrow sticks it to the wall, and the ghost touch rune is pinning it there. So yes, it is immobilized currently.
Okay. And then third action. Why not? I'll shoot it again.
Okay,
23.
that's a hit,
Right.
not a crit.
15 points of damage.
Okay. Does it have the thing where it's automatically flat-footed against you because you crit? Is that what the?
No, that's Nulara, right?
Yes, you're right. That's New Lara.
Yeah.
Okay, but does immobilize make you flat-footed? It should. I don't know if it does. All right. Is that anything else for Mukta?
That's all. That's it.
Okay. So, first thing, the Spectre. All right, the one that's right in front of you, Nulara, steps away.
Okay.
And then it tries to, with the second action, it tries to hide. Ooh, 36. That's pretty
I
good.
can't see it.
Oh, he like disappeared right before it died. The one that's pinned here and immobilized turns its blow dart on you, Mukta. That's a natural 1, so I think that's going to
Yeah,
fail.
Sunday.
Mukta just kind of barely turns his head and the blow dart.
Yep.
Whatever.
Yeah, and then I guess with its third action, it tries to escape. Right? Wait, immobilized.
DC 10 at athletics check to pull the missile free.
Well, if there's one thing that a Spectre is good at, it's an athletics check with a -5. So 13 minus 5 makes 8, and it cannot get the arrow free.
Oh, nice.
Okay. This guy over here, the one that rolled really good on the stealth check, is gonna shoot at Hal. So first, it's got to get through like 8 layers of defenses here. So let's try the flat check for being concealed. No.
Failure.
Shoots Blur. Shoots the wrong Hal. Strides and tries to hide again. Natural
Yes!
1. That's terrible. You can hear it. Like, actually, where you are, Clovis, it tries to hide right on the wall on the other side of you, but it runs too far, and its head pokes through the wall for 1 second, makes eye contact with you, and then pulls itself back through the wall. And then this one over here.
Am I able to see that now? See
You
where
have
he
a
is,
sense
see
where he
him?
is. He's just on the other side of the wall from you, yeah. This one is going to target Nulara, but
Okay.
you are flat-footed against this strike because this one did get a good stealth. So this blow dart strike shoots out at you, Nulara. 24 misses, and it's now visible from this window here, right next to you, Hal. And then that's its turn. Clovis.
All right, so which one can I see the clearest?
I mean, right now, the one you can see the clearest is this one up here, pinned to the wall by Mukta. And there's also one... That's probably the only one you can see, but you know there's one hiding right on the other side of the wall from you, because it came through the wall with its natural 1 stealth.
Okay, so I'm going to cast 3rd level positive attunement.
It's
So,
a
at that
touch
one,
spell.
I am going to cast Reach Spell first, so that's my action, so it's 30 feet.
Ooh.
So meta magic reach. I don't think you've ever used this the whole campaign, so I'm all for it.
I haven't. I've been holding it, and I was planning on.
Yep.
I should have said that at the beginning, but I jumped it. But yes, so Reach Spell, which gives me 30 feet, and I will cast this.
And you're touching the...
Also,
Okay.
I can also hold this for 1 minute too.
Yep,
so.
you can sustain it as an action for each turn up to a minute. So it makes a will save, because it's resisting, because it is a unwilling participant here. That's an 18, which is a critical failure, so it takes double damage. So it takes damage immediately, so that's... Alright, it takes 3 positive damage immediately. Oh, actually, it takes 6 positive damage immediately.
I thought it.
And at the end,
was heightened,
at the end of
like-
every one of your turns, while you sustain it, it'll take more damage.
Right, but it says heightened +3.
It is heightened to 3, but was a 3rd level spell, right? Or is it a 1st level
Yeah,
spell?
but it didn't do it. Yep, 3rd.
So it in and of itself is what, a 3rd level spell? So
Correct.
it would have to be cast at 6th level or higher to get the heightened +3 effect.
Oh fuck.
So,
Okay.
but it's 2d8 because it failed, right? So it's 1d8, but it doubled, so it took that. And then that's the end of your turn. So it takes it again. It takes another d8 double. So go ahead and roll the damage again. And at the end of every turn, as long as you sustain it, it'll continue taking the damage.
It's 1 action to sustain, so it's just...
Yep, but the turn it's cast, you don't have to sustain it, right? But like further turns, yeah, it's 1 action to deal 2d8 basically. So it takes 8 more damage from your positive attunement. So you connect it to the positive plane and just start siphoning its life across the universe of existence. It's a mean way to kill something. I think that was all 3 actions, right?
Yes.
All right, Nulara.
Okay, is it an action to find this door through the hole on my...
You can see
Left.
it, right? You see from standing there, there's a door on the other side.
Okay, so perfect. For my first action, I'm going to stride all the way to the door.
Okay.
Second action, interact to open the door.
Door opens fine, and this guy that was hiding with cover, you now see it's like catty corner to you right there within melee reach.
Okay, perfect. Well, my third action... Can I still reach him from here?
It's going to have partial cover from attacking around a corner, but you could.
Okay, I'll do that then. I'll try and attack him with Encore's Blade.
Go for it.
My third action. That would be 27 to hit.
27 would...
You didn't say Mary
Oh,
Chrysler.
you're right.
27 would hit if not for like the doorway that kind of gets in your way, and your blade just kind of clangs against the corner there, and it like ducks enough to use the cover to not be hit.
Okay, perfect. That's the end of my turn.
All right.
Come on, you gotta remember your magic
How?
words.
Mary Chrysler.
I'm gonna continue to sing,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna cast Electric Arc on this guy and this guy.
Okay. Luckily, it doesn't have any sort of like attack opportunity or anything. So reflex save for. I'll do the one next to you first.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's a natural
Okay.
20, which makes a success into a critical success. So that one avoids all the damage completely. But now let's do the one that's immobilized. Sure, there's a penalty for being immobilized, no? Well, it becomes a success, not a critical success, so it does take half damage. That's 8.
Right.
It actually resists 5 of that.
Okay.
So it takes a total of 3 damage.
That's the end of my turn.
All right, Mukta.
All right. I wouldn't be able to hide from this guy where I'm at, huh?
Not easily, no. No. You could move to like here, hide, and then pop and shoot around the corner because he's pinned there, you know.
But here.
Yeah, I'll allow it there too. Same difference, right? I'll allow that.
Yeah. So I would go here, hide for my second action.
Disappeared. It looks away for a
Nice.
second, it tries to pull the arrow out and turns back, and you're just like gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then third action, I'll pop around the corner and shoot.
Yeah, go for it. Flat-footed for sure. That's a critical
35.
critical hit.
Woo! Sunday rolls.
That's 30 points of damage.
Dead.
Nice.
Like the arrow hits it, and the other one pins it to the wall a second time. But you watch as both arrows have now pinned it. It like dissipates into nothing, and the spirit like passes on.
That's my turn. One down. All right. Everyone else, pull your weight.
Way to go.
This one steps away from you, Nulara,
Mm-hmm.
and then from here uses its 2-action blow dart gun attack.
Okay.
36.
Hits.
Luckily, it's not a crit, believe it or not.
Mm-hmm.
So hits.
Wow.
So you're gonna take the damage. Pretty good rolls.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
14 negative, 10 poison. But
Okay.
the effect that is trying to put into you, because you critically succeeded last time, you're immune to it. You don't have to make the save again.
Sweet.
That's awesome.
And that's all 3 of its actions. It like sees it and it realizes that you're immune to it now, and it's like looking down at its blow dart gun, and its eyes go wide as it realizes it's put itself in a bad spot. Hal, the one right next to you, is going to blow dart you. You're not flat-footed. Let's go through all layers of defense. Let's start with the DC 5 flat check for blur.
Oh.
Barely hits it. Okay.
Oh,
Then let's make the blow dart gun strike. Dirty 20, not even close. And that's all 3 of his. Oh no, it's not all 3 of his actions. So from here, it'll step away from you. And then from here, this one is going to start by trying to stealth. 23. Does that beat your passive perception, Mukta? I don't think so.
No, I have a plus 20, so my passive perception should be 30.
Yep. So it tries to hide, but you see it there lining up his hidden thing. Technically, it's a 27 because it gets a +4 to stealth roll. Still doesn't beat yours. So you're not flat-footed against you, but this specter blow darts you. 28.
Misses.
Matrix dodge. All right, that's their turn. Clovis.
okay. I guess
The one you
one down here.
positive
can I-
attuned is now dead, so that spell it like breaks. You don't have to sustain it anymore.
Oh, yeah. You can't move it to somebody else's stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless the spell says you can, but normally no.
Okay. I will do disrupt undead. Can I see this guy here?
You can, yeah. It's not. It didn't have a chance to hide. It's standing out in the open.
All right. So go ahead. DC 31.
That's a fortitude save.
Correct.
That's going to be a 20, so that's a critical fail.
That's a failure.
I think he's dead. Oh man, that's
That will
decent.
be 40.
So Nulara, you watch as the
54.
specter you are fighting takes 54 points of positive damage as it explodes in a burst of positive energy and is dead.
Yeet.
2 down, 2 to go. You still have 1 more action for Clovis.
And so with that, I will then. What the hell? I'll raise my shield for fun.
All right, Nulara.
Okay. I'm gonna step into. Oh well, use my first action to stride in as far as I could.
Okay.
25. For my. Do I see him or did he hide?
There's no cover between you and him, so there's no hiding at this point. It's just you
Oh.
and him, and he's there for sure.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to step forward, if I can, and I'm going to try and hit him.
Okay.
Of course, babe. Oh wait, let me target him first. That would be 32 to hit.
32 is a hit, but not a crit.
Okay. They would be taking 33 points. Well, hang on a second. 27 slashing, 6 positive.
Take the whole thing because you have the ghost touch rune, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, takes the whole thing.
Okay.
33 points.
That's the end of my turn.
Awesome. Hal.
All right. Hal will continue to sing. Wah! I don't see where he is. Should I go look? Okay.
He's right here.
You can see parts of him from there, yeah.
Okay. I will do electric arc.
Okay. He does get the +4 to the save. You can see both of them, right?
Oh, I can't do that. I'll cast shield. I'm sorry. That was 4.
Oh, that's right, because you did do the singing. Yep.
I singing. Yep.
Good call.
Sorry.
No, good call. Good catch. All right, Mukta.
All right, Mukta strides with 2 actions.
Okay.
Third action, I'm going to shoot him.
Okay.
Not flat-footed.
Not flat-footed, no.
That's all right. That's a 33.
Would have been a critical hit if he was flat-footed, but still just a regular hit.
12 points.
No problem.
Damage.
12 points.
That's my turn.
All right. So this one will use 2 actions to target you, Mukta, the one you just shot, and do the vile blow dart attack at you. Ooh, that's a 36.
That hits, not a crit.
Hit, not a crit. Okay, so damage. 20 points total between negative and poison.
I need to know the negative damage, please.
9 negative.
And how many poison?
11.
So I get healed for not. I take the damage. For
Oh my god, you have
poison
negative
and
healing
then
right
healed
now.
from the negative. So
You have negative healing. That is
Ooh,
amazing.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
let's
I
go.
take 3 points of poison. No, 2 points of poison damage.
2.
Yeah, we'll just say you take a total of 2 points of damage from the poison and it barely, hits you. And they hit you and they expect it to hurt and it doesn't. And they look down at it and they're confused. You do need to make a save here, though, a fortitude save. Let me see. The fortitude, let me just double check.
Is this a mental effect?
It is. It's a emotional effect. Wait, let me see.
I have a plus there.
This is a mental effect, yeah. So you get a plus. It's a will saving throw.
So +2.
Plus 2 to this because of the effect. It might already apply that automatically. No, it probably won't apply that automatically. If I put this in chat and you click it, it might. Yep.
That's a
Six-
30.
Nice.
Just a success. Not a critical success, that's a regular success. So, you become you just become stupefied 2 actually on a success.
Oh.
So everything gets a little fuzzy. And then with its third action and it sees it running out of space to run, it will float out into the middle of the room through the wall. Just through the wall like that. All right, and with Nulara, it's going to say, forget it, and it's just gonna step through the wall,
Okay.
and then it's going to target Hal with its blow dart. I didn't even roll the flat check, but it's a miss, so it doesn't matter. Didn't even get through one of any of the layers. And that's it. Clovis.
Okay, so this one here, let me target it. I will disrupt undead.
Okay. So just saying, I'm just looking at your sheet because I just checked something, Mukta. You have Contortionist, which allows you to do the quick squeeze, and you're small. You can squeeze through these things if you wanted to.
Perfect.
Nice.
Fortitude save.
Get him.
It's a fail.
Didn't you heal one as well? Can't you sustain that?
The one that died.
No, he said I couldn't. The one that
Oh,
died.
it died.
Yeah.
All right, it takes 26
26
points of damage.
And I will raise my shield.
All right, New Lara.
Okay, annoyed. I can see the specter that's right here, right?
Yeah, you should be able to see it.
The one that stepped out?
Yep.
Okay, so for my first action, I'm going to activate my Bracelet of Dashing, so that will give me 35. And then I'm going to spend 2 actions for a sudden charge.
I love it.
Here we go.
So you can activate the bracelet for one
How
action.
dare you!
Sudden charge with a huge speed boost and just charge the long way around.
Because I'm annoyed.
And hit it.
And Clovis was like, what the hell is she charging at me? Because I don't know there's something on the other side of that wall. So all I just see her run at me like, oh shit.
The hilarity of the situation, take a hero point and make your attack roll.
Oh, thank you. That would be a natural 1.
Natural
I'm gonna
1.
use a
Good
hero
thing you got
point
hero
for that
point.
one. I
Use that
didn't say
baby.
Mary Chrysler.
That's why. Come
Yeah,
on.
Mary
You gotta do
Chrysler.
magic work.
36 to hit.
That's a crit.
It works. It works. I
Mary
told
Chrysler.
you.
That is 64 points.
Holy
Jesus.
Dead.
Yeah. Oh.
shit. Pop it.
It's
like a
dead.
temple?
Yep, you killed it.
Wait, that's
Slashed
the end
through
of my
it,
turn.
it dissipates into nothing.
Nice.
I'm so fast right now, too.
That was freaking amazing.
Clovis is like,
I didn't even
shit.
think about
Oh,
that.
good.
But sudden charge with like, what's your speed with the bracer increase? Like 40 or something?
35, so 70.
Pretty
in
fast.
total.
And you're
Yeah.
a big, like a linebacker
I'm like-
coming at you. All right, Hal.
All right, Hal will sing. And then, we'll do a
Yeah,
electric
crits
arc.
in chat. Come on, chat. Give us your New Lara crits.
All those people with subs, you can do it now.
That's true. Thank
Come on.
Richard gifted a bunch of subs. That's a failure. 26 total. So we'll take the full
26.
damage. Okay, so 23. It's resistant 5, so it takes 18 points of damage, and it's badly injured.
That's my turn.
All right, Mukta, you're stupefied 2 still.
Right. Can I hide from this guy if I'm back here?
Yeah, you're behind a wall. You got +4
Or
stealth check too because of the cover.
yeah. Wonder if I could have no, I don't see him at all there. So here. Alright. +4 you said?
Yes, +4 to your stealth check. You get to add the cover to your stealth checks if you're behind cover. In this case, greater cover is +4. You disappear.
That's a 45.
45.
Awesome.
Sunday
On
is
fire,
Richard's.
Mukta. Sunday.
Let's end this dude.
Alright, so I assume he's flat footed.
Oh yeah, I think he's like flat-footed like 8 times over.
That's a 39.
Yeah, that's a critical hit. I think a little bit. You got a critical hit by 16, by the way.
That's 36 points of damage.
I mean, technically, it's still alive, but Mukta, how would you like to do this?
Mukta, just not really sure, like, thinks about squeezing through that, this little arrow slot, but can't really be bothered. So just takes an arrow quickly. And just right through.
After like the
It's so much force, actually, it pulls the ghost along the way, and it pins him to the wall over here.
and that was like the best stealth you probably ever had.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that moment, the last of the spirits die. You still have the stupefied condition, but otherwise, you guys came out of this fairly unscathed. And it looks like for now, you have survived the first part of the first trial of Nhimbaloth. You kind of piece together like what would happen. Apparently, like it looks like people would be commanded to kneel, and these cultists would hit them with poison darts. And that was the test: can you survive? You guys didn't just survive; you guys fought back and fought the things that were trying to shoot you, because you were not here for the same reasons other people might. So that fades to black. You guys look at each other. We fade to black. That's the end of episode 6, you guys. Thank you for staying a little late and going late and playing on a Sunday.
Mary Chrysler.
But that's going to do it for us this week on the Abomination Vaults. Thank you to Nina, Richard, Mike, and Rick for playing with me. Been a fun night, as it always is. Thank you to everyone live with us now on Twitch. Those of you watching later on the YouTube or podcast, don't forget to subscribe, follow. You can find us on youtube.com/c/recall knowledge, twitch.tv/recall knowledge, and in podcast form, wherever you want the podcast. We got 2 other seasons of content, 30 plus episodes from book 1 and 2. guys, we only have 2 more episodes left for Eyes of Empty Death, and it's over. We're playing again this Wednesday, episode 7 on January 5th, and then January 12th, that's going to be our finale, our ending, where we are facing Belcorra, and everything we've been building towards for literally a year now is coming to a head, and I couldn't be more excited, guys.
Wow.
Wow.
Great.
Book
That's awesome.
3.
Huge shout out to our patrons who support us, like David Sims and Mike M. Go give us a look on Patreon.
Thanks, guys.
Big shout out to Dalvin. Thanks for joining us live. Thank you to Penny for a Tale, who gave us a raid midstream, and all the viewers that got brought in there. You guys who stuck around and watched us, you're awesome. Thank you to Richard for gifting subs to our audience. Hope you guys come back,
Nice.
right? Come back.
Check us out.
Come check
Baby,
us
come
out.
back.
We
Yeah.
don't usually stream on
And
Sundays.
thanks to GM Steve.
Yes.
Good
Thank
job,
you,
Steve.
thank you.
Thank you,
I try.
Steve.
I try.
Yeah.
Uh,
we usually stream Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
This was like a special stream, but Wednesdays at 7 Pacific time is our normal stream. So come check us out Wednesdays at 7 o'clock Pacific, or you can catch all of our VODs on YouTube or the podcast, like we said. Big thank you. Big shout out, Molten Hosting. Thank you for providing our server and hosting and making it so easy. If you guys are out there and you like Foundry and you want to use Molten Hosting to host your servers, use the code Recall Knowledge when checking out. That's one word, and you get your first month of service for free. That's awesome. Big thank you for the Rollsmith for the awesome dice you saw here today. Go pick up a set for your GM, and when they install it, you get to use it yourself. In fact, the next person in chat right now that says, I like Rollsmith, or I love Rollsmith, or anything positive about Rollsmith, I'm going to give you a free $5 gift card, and you can get a set of dice, whatever you want. All you got to say right now in Twitch chat, say, I love Rollsmith, or something, and I'll get it to you. Yeah, that's it. You guys are, Griffin, first time chat from a viewer. Hey, Griffin, thank you for...
Thank you, Griffin.
Hey, Griffin.
So, with the first trial done, more doors await. You guys are still sealed in here. You haven't completed this trial, but you've completed the first step towards completing this trial. What other mysteries and what other challenges await our Heroes of Otari? Find out next week on episode 7 of The Abomination Vaults. Eyes of Empty Death. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and goodbye, everyone!
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Merry Chrysler and Happy
Merry
New Year.
Chrysler.